write the history about WISD. They will say in the 99th year they played through a pandemic. Hello, everybody. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez, and we are here live at the Knapp Medical Center pregame show at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium, where, Mike, we are finally back. In any other year, 2019, and before this year, this would be the final game of the regular season, but it is week one for the Weslaco Panthers here on November 6th. How you doing, Mike Gonzalez?
Oh, my goodness. Very happy to be here. We had a great night last night with Weslaco East coming out with a big win. Now the Weslaco Panthers are here to come up with the sweep for the first week of the season for WISD. I'm very excited about it. It's been a long time coming. It's November. The days are getting shorter, but hey, football's here, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, COVID-19 has wreaked havoc here across the Rio Grande Valley. And for the Weslaco Panthers, in fact, tonight, Coach Stroman will not be on the sideline. A little bit of breaking news here tonight because he is in isolation following COVID-19 protocols. He has not tested positive, but he has been around someone who has, so he will not be here tonight. Domingo Vento, one of the assistant coaches, and the other very able assistant coaches will be in charge tonight.
That's right, Carlos. A very good coaching staff, one of the best in the Valley. Coach Vento has been with the program for so many years, knows the community, knows the program inside and out. Very fiery guy. I don't think the Panthers will miss a beat.
All right, so here we go. How did we all get here? It all kind of started back in January, late January. They had the redistricting that took place. Weslaco High School's used to going from the 31-6A to the 32-6A. So they moved them back to 32-6A. We call it the meat grinder district because you play against some top competitive teams across the Rio Grande Valley. And there's the new district that we have right now. They are going to be taking on some of these teams, although we do have some changes. But back in January, this is the way things look, Mike.
That's right, Carlos. Both Harlingen schools, Harlingen High, Harlingen South. Then you got San Benito and Los Fresnos, the two programs in the Rio Grande Valley that only have one high school. And then you got the two Brownsville schools, Brownsville-Hanna and Brownsville-Rivera, followed by Donna North.
Yeah, this was going to be a season. They were going to play Weslaco East. They were going to go back to playing against the Mission Eagles once again. That was going to be a good game. But then COVID-19 hit, and of course things went kind of haywire from there. It all started back in March. During the summer, they were able to practice for about 2 weeks or so. How did that go, Mike Gonzalez? There was a lot of temperature checks, social distancing for the summer program, but it only lasted a couple of weeks.
It only lasted a couple of weeks, as you see some video here of some of the highs that took place with the students there. It got some workouts in, got a lot of running like they do every year. And unfortunately, it only happened for 2 weeks, so the coaches only had that time to evaluate the players that were perhaps in 8th grade moving up to freshman level, or perhaps some students that were sophomores and juniors that were maybe going to play varsity in the senior year. But then again, the coaches pretty much know what they have in stake. So basically what happened after that is they had to go through Zoom meetings to stay in conditioning. They had to have meetings in and out. And so they did a lot of that. And, and then of course the fall came. And then we all know what happened in the fall where it got a little bit delayed, but they got back and now they're practicing and now they're ready for the first game.
Well, 2 weeks and they had to cancel it. So not a lot was done during that time. They had volleyball. They had all the basketballs also taking place. Not a lot of practicing was that's when they do a lot of conditioning, maybe some lifting for the Weslaco Panthers. But then that stopped. Then UIL came out and said, we don't even know if we're going to have football. At one point, the pros didn't even know if they were going to have football because, it wasn't until late July when actually it started with the NBA once again. They had their little bubble that was taking place. The NFL said that they're going to start playing without any preseason games. So things were up in the air for UIL. So a lot of these boys at home, maybe they were working out, maybe they weren't because they weren't sure if there was going to be a season. So it's been, COVID-19 has wreaked havoc here in Weslaco. They start working out when they were allowed to, which was late October or early October?
Late September, I think, early October, yeah.
Early October is when they started. Weslaco East started late September, and it was first week in October when Weslaco High School started. They practiced for 2 weeks. Then they had to stop for another 2 weeks, Mike Gonzalez, because there was another case of COVID-19. So they just started practicing last Saturday once again. They've only had a couple of weeks of practice, basically maybe 3 weeks of practice before this game tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Carlos. So, they're a little bit behind where they want to be, but, they put in as much work as they can to prepare for this first game. Because it's, the season is here. There's no going back, and this is it. I think it pretty much happened to a lot of the programs across Texas, across the valley, and so they're just kind of dealing with the circumstances, and I think they've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, on a positive note, the Weslaco Panthers do have a lot of players that are coming back. We'll get into that here a little bit. So they know the system. It's not like it's the first year that they're starting a new system. So they're going to be able to kind of plug and play, cut a couple of players and plug and play those players here, especially on the offense and defensive side of the ball. But it has changed the way the season is going to take place from here on out. It feels like August because it's our first game, but it is November and we're only playing in 4 games. And let's take a look at those 4 games in this zone.
That's right, Carlos. So you start off with Harlingen South tonight, and then you got the Harlingen Cardinals a week from today here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, Donna North. And then you got Los Fresnos the day after Thanksgiving. I understand that's going to be an afternoon game at 1 o'clock the day after Thanksgiving. Then you got a zone game, which could be played for a district championship, for sure a seeding game. But the key thing to remember, Carlos, is every game is going to be important. You pretty much got to think about it like a tournament where every game, think win, you got to win. You win out, you will make the playoffs, and then you aim for a district championship in that last game.
Yeah, so the 2 Harlingen schools, Donna North, Los Fresnos, all at home, but only 3 of those teams are in the zone, South, Harlingen, and Donna North. How does this whole zone thing work, and then how does the zone game work?
Well, the way it works, Carlos, is they split, being that it was 8 teams. You got an East, and then you got a West. The Weslaco High is in the West zone. So then you got the Harlingen South, you got Harlingen High, whoever was kind of located in the west side. And then, of course, you got the Lower Valley on the east side. And so basically the way it works is you win. You try to win as many games as possible. You got the top 2 seedings that will make the playoffs. So you got, if you could play for a district championship at the end of the year, so you got number 1 against number 1. And then after that, it's number 2 against the number 2 seed. And then after that, that's how you rank the number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's how it's going to work. Playoffs start.
Top 2 teams from each zone play against each other. Top 2 seeds playing for the district championship. All right, key players. Well, you got to talk about Rodney Garza. He's been a player, and he was last year on the defensive side of the ball and on the offensive side of the ball. This year, he's just going to be quarterback. Here's a highlight from last year's game against Harlingen South. But this one went 90 yards or 90-plus yards against South. He receiving the ball here. He also played defense last year, did the quarterback for the Panthers. Told you he's been all over the place. In this game right here against Edinburgh Economides, this was 3 interceptions for the young man. He was quite a player for the Weslaco Panthers, Mike.
Yeah, that's right, Carlos. We're talking about an athlete, a natural athlete with a high football IQ there. And just when he goes into the game, you just feel like positive things are going to happen. I recall his sophomore year going in against Lake Travis in the Alamo Dome in front of a lot of people, going in through 2 touchdown passes, going in for the injured Jacob Cavazos that has a strong arm. Coach Stroman says that he intends to use the passing game a little bit more this year. And he has a lot of confidence. And I remember I talked to him in the first practice, and he just told me, he goes, I'm ready to go, and I'm very excited.
Very good athlete. He's the type of player who can play offense, defense. He could also play. He's on the basketball team as well. And then he was quarterback pretty much through junior high and freshman, JV. So he's always been the guy at the helm, and he can handle that pressure most definitely. Also look out, key players, Jesse Hernandez at the running back position as well. You can't forget about him. He had some good outings last year, playing, alongside with Kanab. Kanab got most of the touches, but Jesse Hernandez at times was very, very good for the Weslaco Panthers.
Yeah, he was nagging through a growing injury throughout the season and still was able to produce over 400 yards and scored 4 touchdowns. So when healthy, I mean, he can be very helpful in the backfield and has the quickness. He's very fast, and now he's going to get the bulk of the carries, being with the loss of Peyton Kanab there. So you got Rodney Garza at quarterback, and you got Jesse Hernandez, both who have a lot of experience in the system, who are now going to be the featured players.
And you got to talk about that offensive line because they are very experienced, especially you're talking about Morales and Garces, Giovanni, Naveja as well, all 3 players with plenty of experience playing all the way back to their sophomore years.
That's right, Carlos. Stroman says as the offensive line goes is how the team is going to go, and it starts with Morales, whose first team all-district, stands at 5'9", 260 pounds, is a senior, is one of the team captains in his team. Then you talk about Garces, 5'9", 255, a senior, played all 13 games last year, so a lot of experience. Along with Nájera, who is also a senior, honorable mention. So one of the things Coach Stroman told me was, being that they have an experienced line, they're able to open the playbook a little bit more, which I think is an advantage for the unit and for Rodney Garza.
All right, and then on the defensive side of the ball, you got a lot of players. Last year, they were very inexperienced on the defensive side of the ball. They graduated a lot of seniors from 2018 into 2019, but now all those guys who played last year, they're all seniors, and a lot of them are back. and among them is going to be Josh Burkett.
It all starts with Josh Brigette, who made the transition from tight end to a linebacker last year, had a heck of a year, over 100 tackles, made all district. And then along with him is Ethan Zamora, both stand at 6'2", Carlos. And Coach Stroman told me, he goes, I can't recall the last time that the Panthers had two set of linebackers that were 6'2" or taller. So that's awesome to have in the unit. And then you have a Jesse Perez, another outside linebacker who's going to be moving around in the defense, who will play a little bit of secondary as well. Helped the team out a lot on special teams, blocked a punt against Ekau Chelsea, against Vela, that made a difference in the ball game, had 3 sacks against PSGA North.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Kanab, Cavazos a lot over the past few years, but there's going to be some opportunities for some football players to make a name for themselves here during the 2020 season. So we will see what happens as they play against Harlingen South. And once again, this is a team that the Panthers are used to seeing. They're used to seeing the Harlingens and the San Miguel's because they bounce back and forth, including these kids right here, because a couple of years ago when they were in 32-6A, during their freshman year, they played against the kids from Harlingen, and they played them, in fact, last year in a non-district game.
An overtime win by the Panthers that went down to the wire. And Brian Ritchie, now in his 5th year, but has a young, talented team this year, starting with quarterback Chase Roberts, only a junior, made his first start earlier in the year against Donna North, threw for 2 touchdown passes. So look for him in the offense. And they also have a couple of safeties to keep an eye on. David Cortez, who had 1 sack last year against the Panthers in this game. And then they have a guy named Levi Inns, who plays middle linebacker, big and strong physical guy who made first team all-district.
Well, you know, one of the advantages for this year, not going to have a lot of fans in the stand. There's a lot of social distancing that's taking place, but we will be able to go live for every game, Thursday night, Friday night. I heard there's even some Wednesday night games that have taken place. But we will be going live, and we're going live tonight. It'll be live on Weslaco ISD YouTube channel. And upstairs, who will be doing the call will be Scott and Fred Alfaro, and they're pretty much excited about getting back in the booth, watching some football, and talking about the Weslaco Panthers. What's up, guys?
Well, it's good to be here tonight, Carlos and Mike, and I'll tell you, what a difference in a year, Fred. Last year we were here, and the Panthers had no returning defensive linemen. A little bit different this year.
Yeah, it is. It is a little different because now you have returning lettermen, guys that are going to play on the defense. That's always good to hear. We've got some really good players, but you know what I'm really excited about, Scott, is the fact that you have these guys up front. You have all the offensive line coming back. Every single person from the offensive line is coming back. Those big guys are ready to go.
Oh, definitely. And I'll tell you what, a little bit difference on their line, and this could be a difference in the game. Caleb Davis, he is the only returning starter on the offensive line for the visitors tonight. Again, a very talented player, but the only returning lineman. Fred, appreciate your insights. Look forward to him during the game. Now back downstairs to Carlos and Mike.
All right, thank you very much, Scott and Fred. Have a good call tonight. Once again, Weslaco ISD YouTube channel. We should have a pretty good crowd tonight. Social distancing will be taking place. If you're coming to the game, you got to wear your mask. I had mine here earlier. It fell to the ground. We are socially distanced right now. We're about 4 to 6 feet away. You will have your temperature checked as well, so be sure to come, be prepared to wear your mask, social distance, and there will be plenty of hand sanitizing stations also around here at WISD. Should be a good game tonight. We are excited. A little bit cool. What's the weather going to be like? In the 60s. I know the sun is already starting to go down, 63 degrees. And 10% chance of rain. I don't think we're going to have much rain tonight. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Kick back and watch it on your big screen TV at home, or you can come to the stadium if you have tickets. Mike, are you excited about tonight's game?
Sure am, Carlos. Let's get it going.
All right, so that's it. We'll wrap it up here. For Mike Gonzalez and the K-West crew, I'm Carlos Robledo. We'll see you next time. We'll see you on the post-game show, the Knapp Medical Center post-game show. We'll see you after the game. And now, a special presentation for our Weslaco High School Panthers senior football players. Jacob Denna. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Jacob Denna and family. His mom, Veronica, father, Rudy, siblings, Rudy, Leslie, Devin, sister-in-law, Valerie, and the grandbaby in the family, Caden. After high school, Jacob plans on serving our country and join the Marines. Giovanni Naveja. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Giovanni Naveja and family.
Giovanni's parents are Joanne Hernandez and father Juan Naveja. After high school, Giovanni plans to attend Texas A&M Kingsville and major in kinesiology. Meliton Rodriguez. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Meliton Rodriguez and his family. Meliton is the proud dad of Aiden Chase Rodriguez. His girlfriend is Heidi Tijerina. After high school, Meliton plans to attend UT-RGV. Ethan Zamora. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Ethan Zamora and his family. Mom Mary, Dad Lino, brothers Evan, Isaiah, sisters Nicole and Elena. After high school, Ethan plans to attend UTSA and major in healthcare administration and management. Austin Craig. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Austin Craig and his family. Austin's parents are Emmett and Letty Craig, his sister Brooklyn. Austin is planning to attend Texas A&M College Station and major in biology. Carlos Garcia. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Carlos Garcia and his family. His father is Carlos, his mother Diana, brothers Ricardo and Rogelio. After high school, Carlos plans to attend West Texas A&M University and major in engineering. Joe Aiden Maldonado. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Joe Aiden Maldonado and his family. Mother Elizabeth, father Lefty, sisters Bianca, Kaylee, and Jackie, brother-in-law Ernesto. After high school, Joe Aiden plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin and major in aerospace engineering. Roland Morales. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Roland Morales and his family. Father Israel, mom Angela, older brother Ray, older sisters Sam and Alyssa, niece Penny, and grandma Benny. After high school, Roland plans to attend Texas A&M University Kingsville and major in agricultural science. Andrew Reyes. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Andrew Reyes and his family. Mother and father, Andrea and Manuel, along with brother and sister, Matthew and Allison, who would like to continue his academic career at the University of Texas or Texas A&M University, where he would like to major in engineering. Aaron Tamez. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Aaron Tamez and his family. Mom and dad, Patty and Carlos. Sister, Celeste. Aaron plans to attend Texas A&M University in College Station and major in construction science. Jesse Perez. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Jesse Perez and his family. Mom, Benita Garcia. Sisters, Jocelyn and Linda. His brother, Damien. After high school, Jesse plans to attend UTSA and major in biology. Josh Burkett. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Josh Burkett and his family. Josh's father is Ferdy Burkett and his brother is Jake. Josh's plans after high school to attend UTSA and major in business. Daniel Robledo. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Daniel Robledo and his family. Mom and dad are Lisa and Carlos, his sister Callista. After high school, Daniel plans to attend Texas State University and major in communications. Alessandro Marroquin. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Alessandro Marroquin and his family. Brothers are Arthur, Christopher, and Colton. Alessandro will be attending college out on the East Coast and study marine biology. Israel Izzy Velion. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Israel Izzy Velion and his family. His parents are Merardo and Emilia. Brothers are Isaac and Isaiah. After high school, Izzy plans to attend UT-RGV and major in accounting. Erasmo Garces. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Erasmo Garces and his family. His parents are Lori and Erasmo Garces Jr. Brothers are Esteban and Abraham. After high school, Erasmo plans to attend the University of North Texas and major in physical therapy. Gabriel Serna. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Gabriel Serna and his family. Mother and father are Crystal and Gabriel. Brothers are Aaron, Isais, Gael, and sister Pilar. Gabriel will be attending TSTC in Harlingen and study diesel equipment technology. Zachary De Los Santos. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Zachary De Los Santos and his family. His parents are Cecilia and Lucio. Brother Diego. Zachary would like to attend the University of Houston and study business. Larry Strickland. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Larry Strickland and his family. Father A.U., Mother Mary, and sister Emily. After high school, Larry plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin and major in biology. Nathaniel Martell. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Nathaniel Martell and his family. Father Pedro, Mother Laura, and little sister Alessandra. After graduation, Nathaniel plans to attend Texas A&M University and major in environmental science. Caleb Gomez. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Caleb Gomez and his family. His parents are Mother Rosie, Father Fred. After high school, Caleb plans to attend Texas A&M Kingsville and major in business administration and management. Juan Rodriguez Zapata. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Juan Rodriguez Zapata and his family. Mother and father are Erica and Juan. Sisters Moni and Jasmine. After high school, Juan plans to attend UTRGV and major in business. Jesse Hernandez. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Jesse Hernandez and his family. Father Jesse, Mother Naima, sisters Jada and Gianna. After high school, Jesse plans to attend Texas A&M University and major in criminal justice and minor in accounting. Abel Isaac Navarro Jr. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Abel Isaac Navarro Jr. and his family. His parents are Abel and Genevieve. Brothers are Ivan and Jacob. After high school, he plans to attend UTSA and major in computer science. Justin Chavez. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Justin Chavez and his family. His parents are Father Arturo, Mom Crystal, Sister Jenna, and Brother Jacob. Jacob plans to attend UTRGV and major in engineering. Pete Carrion. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Pete Carrion and his family. Mother Monica, Father Guadalupe, siblings are Davin and Daniela. After high school, Pete plans to attend UTRGV, study biology, and one day become a PA. Rodney Garza. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Rodney Garza and his family. Mom Jada Valdez, Dad Rodney Sr., brothers Michael and Brandon, sister Kaylee. Rodney is hopeful to continue his football career while attending college and major in criminal justice and minor in business. Rafael Garza. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Rafael Garza and his family. Parents are Rafael Garza and Diana Vasquez. His sisters are Casey, Jessica, and Ashley. After high school, Rafael plans to go to college and earn a degree in business. Alexis Munoz. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Alexis Munoz and his family. His parents are Mother Maria, Father George, and brothers are George and Andy. After high school, Alexis plans to attend Tulsa Welding School to become a professional welder. Joshua Mata. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognize senior Joshua Mata and his family. His parents are Alvaro and Belinda Ibarra. Josh plans to attend UTSA and major in mechanical engineering. Ezequiel Sandoval. Coach Roy Stroman of the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Ezequiel Sandoval and his family. His parents are mom and dad Lucinda and Eloy, sisters Lizette and Liliana, brother Eloy Jr. After high school, Ezequiel plans to attend South Texas College. Aaron Esquivel. Coach Roy Stroman of the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Aaron Esquivel and his family. Father and mother, Aaron and Nora. Brothers, Angel, Alex, and baby nephew, Alex. After high school, Aaron plans to attend the University of Texas and major in engineering. Fernando Mendez. Coach Roy Stroman of the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Fernando Mendez and his family. Father is Robert and mother Leticia. Brothers are Cesar and Julio. After high school, Fernando plans to go to college and major in engineering. John Rick Cano. Coach Roy Stroman of the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior John Rick Cano and his family. His parents are Father Juan, mother Yvonne, brothers Achilles and Troy. John Rick plans to attend UTSA and major in pre-law. Ethan Lopez. Coach Roy Stroman of the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Ethan Lopez and his family. His parents are Eric and Mary, sisters Ever and Erica, brother is Eric Jr. After high school, Ethan plans to attend UTRGV and work towards earning a master's in business administration. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Elijah Dominguez and family. Pictured here, Elijah and his father, Joseph. Elijah was recently accepted to Sam Houston State University, where he will be studying political science and psychology. He would like to further his education and study law, and one day run for Texas Senate. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Christian Castillo and family. Pictured are Christian and his father, Coach Cesar Castillo. Christian plans to attend college and major in engineering. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Christian Lopez and family. Mom and dad, Maribel and Damien. Sister Jacqueline, brothers Damien and Michael. Plans after graduation are to go to UTRGV and study criminal justice and continue to work part-time. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Clincy Oliver and his family. Mother and father, Clincy and Araceli. Sisters Mariah and Yaira. Brothers Jerry, Kenneth, and Antonio. After high school, Clincy plans to serve the country and join the Air Force, then attend college and study law. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Diego Martinez and his family. His mother is Alejandra, sister Soledad, and brother Sebastian. Diego plans on pursuing an education in forensic accounting. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Isaiah Ramos and his family. Parents, Melissa and Isaac Ramos. Sister, Shelby. After high school, Isaiah will pursue a career in law enforcement, possibly join the Border Patrol. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Ted Cordova and his family. Mom Lizette, Dad Johnny, Sister Madison, and brother Sam. After high school, Ted would like to serve his country and join the Navy. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Troy Rodriguez and his family. Mom Noelia, Dad Roy, and Sister Amberly. Troy, after high school, will attend college and pursue a degree in computer science. Coach Roy Stroman and the Weslaco Panthers coaching staff recognized senior Jose Ochoa and his family. His mom is Lydia, brother Carlos, sister Chaselyn. After high school, Jose plans to become an entrepreneur. And that concludes our special tribute to the seniors of the Weslaco Panthers.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the national anthem, we would like to introduce the veteran of the game, brought to you by de la Garza Family Dental. Tonight, we recognize Master Sergeant Juan Moya, who served with the United States Army Special Forces Green Berets. He served 22 years, earned the Bronze Star while serving 2 tours in Vietnam. Sergeant Moya was the founder of the Junior ROTC program here at Weslaco High School back in 1981. Sergeant Moya, we salute you and thank you for your service. And now, will you kindly stand and remove all headgear for the presentation of the colors being conducted by the Weslaco High School Army Junior ROTC under the supervision of Weslaco High Army Instructor Sergeant First Class Mario Gonzalez and Staff Sergeant Miguel Guerrero. Color Guard members are U.S. Rifle Cadet Captain Arlen Rock, U.S. Flag Cadet Lieutenant Stacy Trejo, Texas Flag Cadet Captain Liza Alviso, and the Texas Rifle Cadet Captain Jose Naranjo. And now let us honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, Panther fans, are you ready? It's time for some Panther football 2020. Bring it on.
Give us your best.
Football tonight. Good evening and welcome. I am Scott Harrison along with Football Fred. We are live in Weslaco, Texas, and this is going to be some action in 32-6A from Bobby Lackey Stadium. It's the Weslaco High Panthers, their opening game of the season. Their head coach Roy Stroman, and they will be hosting the Harlingen South Hawks. They are 1-1 overall, also 1-1 in district. Of course, a new district this year for Weslaco. Last one, 31-6A. And I'll tell you what, Football Fred, great to be working with you once again this season.
You know, it's great to see football back. Valley High School football finally back in the Valley. We're happy to be with you. All of our good friends on YouTube all over the place now. Everybody can hear us. Good thing they can't see us. I think that, I don't know how that would work, but still, we're happy to be with them.
And as we begin this contest, we would like to acknowledge our kickoff sponsor, Jones, Galligan, Key, and Lozano. They are located at 2300 West Pike Suite 300 in Weslaco. Jones, Galligan, Key, and Lozano, attorney at law, our kickoff sponsor, and things are underway. It was the Hawks winning the toss, and they defer to the second half. So Weslaco gets the football, and Football Fred, it was a nice return to start things off.
Ed Oswald got assessed the third.
Roland Morales.
Larry Strickland.
Giovanni Naveja.
Josh Mata.
Isaiah Dominguez.
Meliton Rodriguez.
Jesse Hernandez.
Rodney Garza.
Israel De Leon. Joe Maldonado.
ATPE is your ally, your voice for professional educators.
And ATPE bringing us our starting lineups, and it's going to be first down at the 41-yard line. And Rodney Garza making a start tonight, the new quarterback this season, and he is going to give it off to Jesse Hernandez. He gets about 4 yards on that play, Fred.
Well, let's go ahead and give credit where it's due, really. Mikai, at the beginning when we started the game here, Mikai Jones, nice return. And then you're right. Here we get started with the run now. The names have changed, but the quarterback, well, the play hopefully stays the same. To see how they get going here, the Weslaco Panthers now with Rodney Garza at the helm.
Garza, wide receiver a lot of times last year, and now it's going to be 2nd and 7 after that 3-yard gain. And once again, it's Hernandez up the middle. He is going to get a few more yards just short of midfield. Of course, Hernandez did a nice job last year. We saw him with some long runs, and this year, going to be the man.
Yeah, we asked for it last year. Hey, we wish we could see more of Jesse here. Well, this year he's running back in number 1, so he's the guy who's going to be featured in this offense at the running back spot.
And again, it is going to be a gain of about 6 yards. Going to be 3rd down and 1, trying to get up to midfield and the first down. Of course, in the purple uniforms, Weslaco, their home uniforms. Garza, he is going to throw his first pass of the day down to the 45-yard line, and the pass is complete on that play.
Yeah, Easy De Leon, nice catch. Now you're going to hear that name quite a bit. Easy De Leon as he gets a first down.
And that's a Jay Gonzalez Law Firm first down. Jay Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
Yeah, Easy De Leon, remember that name. We're going to call him pretty much all season. First down here for the Panthers.
So the ball is going to be down around the 45-yard line. Nice gain on that play. And so far, Panthers doing well. Spread formation. Once again, Jesse Hernandez. And Hernandez is going to get down near the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
You know what I really like, especially now starting off? Let's get some of these nice things that are happening. That big offensive line, they all return. We're going to mention them by name here in a little while, but these guys are opening these holes up front. We hope that can be the strong point of this offense. If that's the case, watch out for the Panthers.
And of course, we said Hernandez had some big runs last year. I remember he had one of 68 yards. So a gain of 4 on that play. It is going to be 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 39-yard line. Moving toward the south end zone in Bobby Lackey Stadium. Toward the big scoreboard is the Panthers. This time Garza thinks about throwing the ball, and he is going to keep it, and he is going to be very close to a first down.
Yeah, and you know, we wonder, last year we had Jacob Cavazos. Everybody knows he's already up at Tamook. So now does Rodney Garza bring that same time of explosive? We'll see.
And it is a first down, and that's a Jay Gonzalez Law Firm first down. Jay Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all. Again, we see Garza out there. And remember, he had a 99-yard pass reception last year.
He sure did.
Remember, that was one of the highlights of the year. So here is Garza, back to pass, looks down the field, and he is going to overthrow his intended receiver. And again, on that play, we saw Joe Maldonado, the intended receiver. David Cortez, one of the best defenders back there for Harlingen South.
Yeah, that's a nice matchup. You got to be careful now if you're Rodney. You had a man wide open before that. He went for it all there, obviously. But, you know, once again, we're going to take a look here at Easy De Leon. Watch him. He takes over Jaden Cavazos' spot from last year.
And, of course, Jaden Cavazos, what a year. The two Cavazos connected a lot of times. The quarterback, Jacob. And, of course, Jacob passing for over 2,000 yards. This time, Hernandez on a running play, and he is going to get down near the 25-yard line. So a nice gain of about 8 on first down. I'll take that anytime.
You know, that's what you wanted to see. you know, one of the things that you're thinking about as you watch the replay, look and put his head down. I mean, you know, he's running up against some really good linebackers. Levi Ince is one of those guys that is coming back from last year. He's their captain. He's going to be there all over the place. Caleb Anaya is a sophomore, very active on that defense. He's playing up against a nice defense. Nice run there by Jesse.
And Levi leading tackler so far, 18 tackles and a sack. And once again, another run. And this one is going to be for a few yards. And it's a first down. And that's a J. Gonzalez Law Firm first down. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
You gotta love it. On the replay, he's watch this. He's coming up. Hey, let me show you something. Boom. Nice hit, 32, but we went backwards on that one. And again, that's Caleb Anaya, that young sophomore who just got introduced to Mr. Hernandez.
And he has 13 tackles and a sack, so he's been very active this year. It's going to be first down and 10, ball at the 21-yard line. So again, moving the ball well on the first series is the Panthers. This time a pass play, and it is going to be complete down to about the 9-yard line. And with that pass is Joe Maldonado. And the Panthers now have entered the Payne Auto Group Red Zone. Payne Auto Group, our Red Zone sponsor.
You know, you've got to find the zone. You got to find a spot in the zone. So Rodney, the protection, it is beyond awesome. That pass right at the spot, and Joe does a great job of catching it, just sitting and waiting that ball to hit him right between that number 5. First down there for the Panthers.
And it is first and goal to go. Ball near the 9-yard line. And again, another running play. No, it's going to be a quarterback keeper, running play, but a quarterback keeper. And it's going to get down near the 3-yard line. Nice job by Garza, even fooled me.
You know, Rodney, the nice way, I mean, it's a run option here. He needs to decide what he's going to do. I'm taking this one. Sorry, Jesse. You've been having a nice game, but let me get closer into pay dirt here.
And another running play, this time not much.
This offense, if anything else, I mean, if you're a Panther fan, you're really liking what you see here. I feel bad for my big guys up front that all have their hands on their waist right now. I was a little concerned about the conditioning. Hey, you got to remember, this is their first game on hitting somebody else besides somebody who had a purple and a white jersey.
Hernandez on that last run. Again, not much gain. It's going to be second down and goal to go from the 3-yard line. Panthers on the opening series. This time a handoff, and it is going to be Hernandez going in for the score. So nice job right there.
You've got to like the fact that Jesse has scored the touchdown. But you know, one of the things that I'm thinking about is the fact that how methodical they move down the field. And we'll talk about this, I guess, after the extra point. Go ahead.
And our touchdown extra point sponsor is Dr. Sandra Esquivel, your hometown general surgeon, Dr. Esquivel. So we get ready for the extra point. And the extra point is up. And it is good by Zeke Lopez. So as the first opening series took a lot of time off the clock, almost 5 minutes, a little more, we see it as Weslaco over the Harlingen South Hawks. That is 7-0. This is a K-West production.
Before Danya Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Danya Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Danya Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Hey, I'm happy to see that Kiss Cam didn't change too much. Hey, lots of smooches with the masks. Yeah, we practice safety here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, my friend.
And we hope you're enjoying this game at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. And remember, the Panthers season is sponsored by Knapp Medical Center. We ask all fans to support our sponsors because they support Weslaco ISD Athletics. Thank you at Texas National Bank, Knapp Medical Center, and all our sponsors for your support. And we do have the kickoff, and it is being returned right now by Jacob Carrion, and he will get down near the 20-yard line.
You know who I think probably just took a big sigh of relief that the Panthers moved the ball and they did really good? You know who I believe just did that? Coach Vento. Coach Vento, by the way, just to everybody that's watching the game tonight, keep in mind that Coach Vento, Domingo Vento, the first assistant, is on the sidelines tonight. Obviously, Coach Stroman couldn't make it. He himself is doing well. He's under quarantine, the mandated quarantine, and he's watching the game tonight. And he's on the phone, I'm sure, with a bunch of other people. So we wish him well.
And 1st and 10, and the first play from scrimmage for the South Hawks is going to be a pass. Chase Roberts, the quarterback, and it is incomplete. And it was Elias Ledesma, I believe, the intended receiver.
Yeah, if they can get going, this offense can be dangerous. They just got to get things going. They haven't been able to do it in 2 games.
All right, it is going to be 2nd down and 10. Again, remember, Panthers scored on their opening series, and this time it is going to be a running play, and not much doing that time on the play, and keeping the ball is Chase Roberts.
Now, Chase, interesting story about him, the quarterback for South. He started in playing when he was a freshman, but last year he broke a clavicle and was out all of the season, so really, this is his 3rd game only. He hasn't played football since he was a freshman. The young man, future's bright, but, he's trying to get into the game as well.
All right, so we are going to have 3rd down and 10, no gain. This time Roberts is going to try to find someone to throw the ball to, tries to go down to the far sideline, but is stopped and no gain. The Hawks, by the way, defeated Donna North 44-13 and lost to Harlingen 27-0 so far this season.
Yeah, I figured if that was going to have some sort of effect. Again, Weslaco High has not hit anybody else besides their other players on the field, but now they're playing Harlingen, and again, Harlingen is just dealing with, and we'll talk about it more, Harlingen South dealing with injuries. As the game goes on, we'll tell you how decimated they are with injuries and see how that's going to affect them as the remainder of the season goes on.
All right, punt. And right now, Weslaco Panthers about to get the ball for the 2nd time, and the punt is up, and it will go near midfield. And right now, it is going to go back to the 35-yard line, and that is where Weslaco will start 1st and 10. And right now, we're going to have our very own Carlos Robledo tell us about the student of the week. And we're back once again. You can see the interim coach on camera right now.
Yeah, coach wants to be on camera. He's all over the valley and beyond, really, all over the world. He's getting in. He's telling everyone what the penalty was, and looks like it's some sort of either a block on the back. I don't know if Coach Vento called the right penalty, but it's a penalty. It looks to be on South.
And Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs. We'll see in a moment.
Yeah, it was interesting. I couldn't even get it. The flag is up there on the 35-yard line. Weslaco just wants to get started on offense. They just want another shot at this. The coach is giving him a hard time. I think he's just going to make him kick all over again.
All right. Of course, Rodney Garza starting a quarterback tonight. Last year throwing the ball, he was 11 of 16 for 204 yards, long of 41.
Yeah, Rodney is interesting.
On the kick, personal foul on the receiving team.
Yeah, so you want to back him up. We were talking about Rodney.
On the kicking team. It's a 15-yard penalty. We'll go half a distance over the ball, repeat 4th down.
And the white hat there wanted a little more talk time.
Okay, I mean, come on. give the man the headset and he wants to talk, right? Okay, so it's a positive here for Weslaco. They move back 15 yards. They're going to get good field position. Talking about Rodney Garza. This young man, we labeled him an athlete because he did so many things last year.
Right, last year, 13 carries for 84 yards. Again, rushing the ball, a lot of different things. Long of 18, had 16 catches for 257 yards and 2 TDs. We talked about that long of 99. That's an athlete.
Yeah, that's a dangerous football player.
And here is a pooch kick, and it is going to go nowhere almost. It's going to go out at about the, well, let's see if it stays in. It goes out near about the 30-yard line, so a very short kick. Going to be good field position for Weslaco.
Good move there, Coach Vento. Congrats. Hey, a 40-year veteran of coaching. You believe that? 40 years. He knows a trick or two. He said, hey, let's make him kick it. Hey, let's make him go out of bounds or just kick it for 15 yards. Nice call.
And, of course, Garza big shoes to fill. Jacob Cavazos last year passing through for over 2,300 yards, 22 touchdowns. Also rushed for over 1,400 yards, 25 touchdowns. That's 47 overall, and had even 4 catches for 98 yards.
Right.
So it's going to be first down and 10 at the 32-yard line of the Hawks, and it looks like one of the Hawks may have jumped off sides a little early.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see what they call this. You're right. The Hawks jumped across it, and Weslaco reacted. So let's see if he crossed over enough to give Weslaco penalty. Let's see what the official has to say.
Ball start. The offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
I didn't see the movement on the line, but then I'm up here.
Yeah, they once the defensive player jumped, there was a blitz coming from the left side.
Did you see a movement on the offensive line?
Yeah, he moved. Sure did. Sure did. I didn't want to admit it. I don't like to.
Yeah, well, you're the former offensive line.
Yeah, I don't like to throw my friends under the bus. But well.
All right, it's going to be 1st and 15 to get this drive started, and Hernandez this time is going to go nowhere. Nice defense on the line that time, and it was Caleb Anaya. We've talked about him earlier.
He's that young man we've been talking about. As a matter of fact, Coach Ritchie, when talking to him during the week, he said, "Hey, Coach, I asked him, give me some names of players to watch." He immediately said Caleb Anaya. I said, wait a minute, he's a sophomore. He says, exactly. Yeah, he hasn't played many games, but he's already a star here on campus, and we're starting to see that now.
Of course, Peyton Kanab, the big runner last year, he rushed for over 1,500 yards and 26 touchdowns. So Hernandez, some big shoes to fill, but he's doing a good job so far. And there, of course, we see the quarterback. And again, signals being called. It's going to be now a long second down and a pass play, and it's complete, and it's going to go down near the 12-yard line. That is a nice pickup, close to 25 yards.
Yeah, this name's going to sound familiar to Panther fans and you, Mel Rodriguez.
That's right.
Big play, Mel.
All right, so we're in the red zone again. The Panthers now enter the Payne Auto Group red zone. Payne Auto Group, they are our red zone sponsor.
That's a nice big first down, and then Jesse gets the ball and adds a couple of more to that, right up the middle there on a first down play, brings up a second down.
And of course, our first down just moments ago, that was a Jay Gonzalez Law Firm first down. Jay Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all. And again, moving the ball, it is going to be a 5-yard gain about in that last run. Ball inside the 10-yard line. And once again, we see the quarterback looking downfield, seeing if he has anybody open. He's going to toss it in the end zone and basically just tosses it away.
Yeah, nice move. And that's something that I think that Rodney has learned over the summer. And no doubt playing under Jacob last year, he learned that, hey, live to play another down. It brings up a third down now, and they can adjust here. The coaches can give you a nice play for this situation.
It's 3rd down and 6, and we see Weslaco can get a first down at the 2-yard line, moving toward the south end zone here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. That is toward the big screen over there. Beautiful big screen.
Yep.
And again, we'll see what happens on this play. Again, calling out the signals. And we see Garza will now keep the ball, and Garza is going to get into the end zone. So he goes all the way. Nice run of about 7 yards. And of course, we will have our extra point coming up in just a moment. And our touchdown extra point sponsor is Dr. Sandra Esquivel, your hometown general surgeon, Dr. Esquivel.
One of the things that they do so well, and I'm already starting to see this from Rodney as we await the extra point.
And here comes the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So we now have 3:10 remaining here in the opening quarter. Weslaco out in front of the guests, the Harlingen South Hawks, 14-0. This is a K-West production.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
And we're back once again along with Football Fred. I'm Scott Harrison. We're at Bobby Lackey Stadium. New district this year for the Panthers, 32-6A. Again, supposed to have started a couple of weeks ago. Some COVID problems have delayed the start of the season, but not delayed the enthusiasm of the fans. People are out tonight. I understand the whole allotment of tickets was sold out here in Weslaco. That is great fan support, Fred.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. It's not full, the stadium, as we're used to see it on a Friday night, but you have as much as you can have safely here at Bobby Lackey. So we're happy that that's the case, and everybody is practicing social distancing. It's a good thing to see.
And everybody's ready to jump. You hear House of Pain in the background.
I'm always ready.
Group out of Boston, actually. All right, the kickoff is coming, and it is going to be bobbled. And let's see who gets it. It's loose. It's near the sideline. Who came up with it? Was it Weslaco?
It looks like it went out of bounds,
All right.
Scott. Now, it laid there at about the 18-yard line, 16-yard line or so. They're calling it the 15 now. But nobody, the player for the South Hawks had a chance at it, and so did a couple of Panthers, and they just kind of squibbled out of bounds. But we do have a flag, it looks like.
I've been doing a couple other games.
Outsides.
Offsides.
On the kicking team, number 7. It's a 5-yard penalty. We'll re-kick.
All right, that coming up in just a moment. And again, good defense so far for the Panthers. Josh Burkett, good to see him back.
Yeah.
Last year, 123 tackles and also a sack. And of course, some good players gone this year on defense. Angel Castellanos, right? Is that who it is?
Angel's gone,
Yeah, he had 94 tackles. Gabe Gonzalez, 93 tackles. You had Aaron Garcia, who had 5 sacks and 53 tackles. Adrian Fuentes had about 73 tackles and also a couple sacks. Some of the good players gone from last year on defense.
Right, but the Panthers have done a really good job of replacing those young men by having them come in and give them some playing time last year. Those are the guys that are up front now and playing. I was just saying about Rodney earlier. Reminds me quite a bit of what Jacob used to do, who made that famous draw. They've been successful with it. He just scored on this past drive.
And here's the kickoff. This time it's at the 20-yard line. And a nice little run down to about the 35-yard line. That time it's Jacob Carrion.
Yeah, Jacob learned his lesson from last time. He said, let it bounce, and then I'll pick it up at the bounce, and he did. And he made something out of nothing there.
So, once again, we'll see Harlingen South getting after it. You talked to their coach, right?
Yeah, we were able to talk to Coach Ritchie, and I'll tell you really basically after they run this play what he said about his offense. And if you saw him last year, they played Weslaco in a tight game.
And Chase Roberts will pitch the ball off. And this time, it's going to be a loss in the backfield. Nice tackling that time, and it was Enrique Mable. Am I saying that right?
Yes, yeah, Mable is their running back, because if we all remember that game last year, there was a big player by the name of Marcos Gonzalez who got hurt this year. He wasn't able to play.
There he is on the tackle.
Yeah, he couldn't play last year, so he's the running back for Harlingen South who got hurt. So they also, Angel Lopez was a backup running back. He got hurt last week, so we're down to Mable, who is their third-string running back for the Hawks.
All right, we are going to have it 2nd down and 12, and this time Chase Roberts is going to be tackled in the backfield. Look at that big play made that time, and it was Caleb Gomez.
Yeah, Caleb Gomez is one of these guys that we call an athlete. He blitzes right off the edge and says, hey, come here, Chase. I'm going to chase you down, buddy. There it is, it's over.
And on the play before that, Ethan Zamora made a big play. Remember, he was out for more of last season, or most of last season, came back late, and so he's making the most of his time, too.
Ethan Zamora is an outstanding player. Made his name in the playoffs against McAllen Memorial and some of the other teams that came after that.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and 20 after losses on those past 2 plays. And this time, bad snap. And it's going to be Chase trying to get the ball off, and he throws it a little low. Of course, that whole plan was messed up by the bad snap. And Bustamante, John Adam Bustamante, was the intended receiver.
And one of the things that we're going to see again, this Harlingen South team, and speaking of Coach Ritchie, and you said this in the beginning in the pregame show, Scott, you said that this offensive line especially, is a big offensive line. They are big, but they only return 1 player. on this whole
Davis,
line.
right?
Yeah, Davis, their center.
Caleb Davis.
Hey,
I
you're
believe.
right. So they're learning on the fly basically here, and so you can see some of their struggles. Even Coach Ritchie said they're getting better. They're struggling a little bit tonight.
3rd and 20, ball at the 23-yard line. And actually, it's 4th down, I'm sorry. And there is the kick, and it is going to be returned a couple yards that time. Not much on the return. Mel Rodriguez, one of our favorites.
Yeah, Mel is back, so it's always good to see Mel. He's one of these guys that was part of the receiving corps last year, and he's got a lot of experience. We're hoping to see a huge year after that.
All right, we will be back with more in just a moment. This is a K-West production. Back once again, and it's going to be the 3rd possession of the night for the Panthers. Let's see if they can score a third time a charm. It might just be. What a long run on 1st down, and it is going to go down to about the 31-yard line. Gain of 19 by Jesse Hernandez.
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it. That's what we were asking him to play last year. Of course, they had a stud running back last year, but look at his vision. Speed, turns it up, and then he says, hey, come and catch me. You got to go catch me, and nice play there. Big holes now being opened up at that big offensive line.
Catch me if you can.
Right, that's
it. So we are going to have 1st down and 10. Again, a ball at the 31-yard line. It's in the Hawks' territory. Weslaco moving north to south near the big scoreboard here in the 1st quarter. Again, signals being called out. And right now it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and it's only going to go for about 1 yard for Rodney Garza.
I don't know if that was just a really Rodney saw something else, and that was a broken play. He had a bunch formation to his left side, but he didn't even give that a chance. He just took off. I don't know if it was just he misunderstood the play or the receivers did, but it looked off from the beginning. But even then, he was able to get some yards.
Got something out of nothing. Got 2 yards they're going to call.
Right.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 8 as we are in the final minute of the 1st quarter. It's been all the Panthers, and now we are going to have a run, and it looks like somebody jumped off sides, so there'll be a flag as Hernandez got the ball.
Yeah, the Hawks are eager. They want to stop the run, the pass, whatever comes at them. They've given up already 2 touchdowns here in the 1st quarter.
Ball start on the offense, 72. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
All right. So again, we'll see what happens. We see everybody wearing their masks. Everybody's well behaved here tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see. I mean, when the pods seem to be working.
Yeah.
I always wondered how that was going to go, but now that you see it, it makes complete sense.
Not like at SMU earlier this year where they kicked out the student section in the second half.
That's right.
Up there in Dallas. Okay, it is going to be 2nd down and 12 after the penalty, and it looked like maybe there was someone in the neutral zone, but no penalty, and Garza's going to keep it, and it looks like he is going to be tackled for a loss. No, he's going to get away, and he is going to get down to near the 30-yard line. Looked like he'd be tackled for a loss, makes about 4 yards up.
Wow, that's Houdini-like stuff, you wonder who Houdini is, right?
Houdini, that's from the 1920s.
Yeah, that's going back some. Basically, he's a guy that puts all sorts of tricks out and makes things happen. Man, nice play.
And remember, our 1st quarter has been brought to you by Miriam Gira Allstate. Call or stop by a free quote on your home, auto, life, or business insurance.
Block in the back, 18 offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. It's a spot foul, 10 yards from the spot.
Well, to me, that just looked like a great play.
Again, thank you, Miriam Guerra, Allstate Insurance, for bringing us this 1st quarter. Just about over, only 8 seconds left.
Yeah. I just thought it was a great, and it was after, I guess that's the reason they kind of said the fact that's what it was. I think that was the issue. So, geez.
So again, we are trying to get everything straightened out here. Nice night for football.
Hey, you know what? I'm happy that it finally came together and the quarter's over.
So the quarter has come to an end. It has been all the Weslaco Panthers. And we're back once again. So talk a little bit about this opening quarter. It was all Weslaco football, Fred.
You know, you couldn't have asked for anything better if you're a Panther fan. I mean, offense is working, defense is working. At this point, you know, you got to feel good. You're getting some nice work in there. You just got to feel good about it.
So again, it is going to be second down. Now moving toward the north side of the field here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, Weslaco, Texas. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. 4 straight weeks of Weslaco football all here. We want to remind everybody.
Whoever made that schedule, I just want you to know that Scott and myself will treat you to dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, so we are getting things going here. And again, it is going to be second down and long. Pass play, maybe. No. Gars is going to keep it. Let's see. He will pass it down, and it is going to be complete. And it is going to be a nice completion that time. And this was very nice to see.
That's our player to watch right there. When we spoke to Coach Stroman, he said, you've got to watch out for this young man, number 18, Easy De Leon. We told you at the beginning of the broadcast, look out for him. A nice way to kind of trick the Hogs. Rodney was speaking, go deep. Came short. Nice play.
So it's going to be first down and 10, and that's a J. Gonzalez Law Firm first down. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all. We're also in the red zone, and the Panthers now enter the Payne Auto Group red zone. Payne Auto Group, our red zone sponsor. So the ball is going to be handed off to Jesse Hernandez. He'll get about 6 yards on the play. And we want to remind everybody, Givalence and Martinez CPAs and Advisors is your replay sponsor for the second quarter. They manage your bookkeeping, payroll.
Offense 64, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Again, they manage your bookkeeping, payroll, financial statements, and tax preparation. Contact Givalence and Martinez CPAs and Advisors so you can get back to more important things like your business and your family.
That was a big hole that opened up. Like I said, we're gonna give these guys credit. They're back another year, and we've got to give them credit. Big 64, Rolando Morales, man. Well, maybe not me, but maybe somebody faster could have run through there. But the fact that you get the point, this offensive line is starting to dominate.
So it is going to be first down and 20. Ball back at, let's see, the 29-yard line, though it is in Hawks territory. And that handoff by the quarterback to Hernandez gets nothing. Several players swarming to make the tackle on that play. And as we look, we see it is Insis.
Yeah, Levi Ince, yeah.
Or Ince, I should say.
Yeah, he's their captain. He's their best football player on defense, one of the best on the team. They're going to have to do a little bit more of that, and I'm surprised. I'm actually happy to see that timeout now by the Panthers because I think they're going to talk about that blitzing that's coming in.
Weslaco, put them out for the half.
All right, and we'll be back right after this.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
And if you're looking for a dependable car, audio, and alarm company, stop by Extreme Car Audio in Weslaco. Sound systems, car alarms, and LED light bars available at Extreme Car Audio, our timeout sponsor. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. And right now, we have 10:33 remaining in the first half. All Weslaco, they are leading 14-0. And we've got a 2nd and 21 coming up for the Panthers at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good timeout. I'll tell you why in a second here. See if what can happen.
We have a slot over on the near side. Signal's called. Here comes a pass, and the receiver is open, and it's going to go about to the original line of scrimmage. So a good pass on that play, and I believe that's a new player getting the ball, right?
Well, that's Izzy De Leon. Yeah,
okay.
You're right. He is a player this year, new player. Nice pitch and catch there. And again, he's out there. The defensive back is giving him enough time. Picks up what is it, close to a first down?
Well, no,
it's a third down.
He picked up about 10 yards, but he's back to the original line of scrimmage.
There you go. Yes,
so
right.
in a sense, he picked up like a first down.
Yeah, that's right.
He got the 10 yards, but again, they were back 20 because of the penalty. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. pass play, some pressure, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper maybe, yes. And now we'll see if it's going to get to first down yardage. No, just about to the 15-yard line, so a little bit short that time for Ronnie Garza.
I said earlier the timeout was good because it looks like the Hawks are starting to blitz a little bit more. And
Offense 59. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Yeah, so see, that's what's starting to happen now, and the offense is starting to trying to figure out to adjust, and there you see a penalty because of that. But so they're trying to fix that now. A little bit of a change here from this defense for the Hawks.
All right, so right now it is going to be a third down. And once again, we're back to that long 20, third down and 20. And you see Rodney Garza, he gets the snap, he's going to step back, going to throw a screen pass, and let's see how this does. It goes to Hernandez, and he's got the first down, and he is going to go 30 yards for the score. Jesse Hernandez on the pass, he scores, and this touchdown extra point sponsorship is by Dr. Sandra Esquivel, your hometown general surgeon, Dr. Esquivel.
We said earlier, you're going to blitz me. Well, I'm going to figure out a play that I have that's going to take advantage of that. Everybody comes in, sets up a screen, gets your runners out there. There's nobody out there. Result, touchdown. Nice call. Nice call.
And remember, that was 20 yards to get a first down. Heck with that. Let's just go all the way.
That's right.
All right. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. Here's the replay of that screen pass.
Now you see it. Everybody's coming forward. And look at all those big guys coming to the front. I'm proud of them big guys. Look at them coming up, blocking everybody. They had nobody to block at the end.
Yeah.
Everybody had come in through one side.
Hernandez was the only one on screen.
That's a successful play.
All right. Right now we have 8:21, actually 9:21 remaining in the first half at Bobby Lackey Stadium. It's been all Weslaco over the Harlingen South Hawks, 21-0. So again, they've scored on all three possessions.
Well, you know, it's one of those things where you think about, I mean, it's a combination of a couple of things. I've got to give credit to Coach Venta and the staff. They were able to say, look, they're blitzing us guys. We got into trouble with a couple of holding penalties. We're going backwards. They're attacking. What do we do? Well, let's call a screen. Now everybody comes in, sets up a beautiful screen. That offensive line does its job. Matter of fact, Jesse was untouched. I mean, that's basically it. That's how good that play worked. That screen was set up perfectly.
Can't complain with that. Again, last year, as we mentioned earlier, Hernandez had 7 catches for 91 yards, long of 48. So he's been known for big plays, both running and receiving over the years.
So it's been the Rodney and Jesse show, 3 touchdowns. My goodness, that's quite a stat for the night.
And again, the kickoff is going to come down near about the 12-yard line, and it's going to be returned to the 31, 35, 41-yard line. Return of about 20 yards on that play by Jeremiah Rivera, and you talked about him some to me off air.
Yeah, Jeremiah Rivera is one of those interesting players that can play just about anywhere. Speaking to Coach Ritchie during the week, he said, look, Jeremiah is an excellent player on defense, and we need him there. But he's such a good athlete that we're tempted to use him on offense, and he's their kick and punt returner, as you can see, and he can create certain things. I wonder if we might see him a little bit more on the offense. It's a good thing to think about.
By the way, I want to give credit to our kicker tonight, and he's been doing a good job. Zeke Lopez, we're talking about for Weslaco. So it's going to be first down and 10 ball at the 40-yard line, and we see the Hawks, orange and white, and there's going to be a flag, I believe, at least a whistle. Let's see what happens here. Again, I don't see the flag, but I did see hear the whistle.
Delay of game on the offense, number 3. It's a 5-yard penalty. Be first down.
So it's going to be a penalty against their quarterback. And what can you tell us about the quarterback?
Well, as we said, Chase is a good player. He's got talent, but again, he's just coming back from a big injury. So this is his 3rd game, and he's trying to get used to this offense.
Chase Roberts going to hand it off. Not much doing, and just trying to go up the center of the line. And there were some people there to meet the runner, and on that particular play, it was Mobile.
And the run option play is something that they like to run quite a bit. They haven't had success with it yet. I'm sure they're going to keep trying. They can't get out of their offense it's too early maybe yet, but we'll see if they adjust anything.
So again, no gain. Remember, the penalty made it 1st and 15. Now it will be 2nd and 15. This time a pass play. Roberts looking down the middle of the field, and it almost penalty. It looked like it was tipped, and the receiver had a second chance, but he couldn't hold on. Elias Ledesma.
Yeah, that's a nice play there, though, by the safety. And we're going to mention this young man quite a bit this year. Get used to him. Big number 23. Why do we think that he's one of these top players? Well, let me tell you why. When you see him, Elian Rodriguez, he's one of these young men that all summer long competed in camps all over the United States and things like that. And he's got a lot of experience, and you saw it there tonight. He's one of these young players to watch. Coach Stroman told us, watch Elian. He can really get going.
So it is going to be 3rd down and 15. Chase Roberts throwing the ball. This time he has a receiver, and it looks like it is going to go for a first down. 45-yard line. It is in the territory now of Weslaco. So a nice play that time, about 20-yard pass reception.
Yeah, Ledesma is one of those guys that comes across the field, has a nice space in the middle, and then he just takes off. You've got to see a little bit more of that, at least if you're a Hawk fan. You want to see a little bit more crossing right in the middle if you can.
Elias Ledesma on that play. Jesse Perez, one of our favorite defenders on the tackle. So it's going to be 1st and 10. And again, not much gain that time.
Yeah, Malbole is again their featured back, but there's a lot of things up front, and this is where we want to give credit to the big defensive line here. Big Isaiah Ramos, nice player there for us, is playing well. Alexis Munoz, welcome him back.
Oh yeah, he's great.
A defensive end, he's playing nice and tough. A nice play there by the interior defense. Those both defensive tackles that are playing inside are doing well.
I think Munoz might have even been featured in the Monitor newspaper out of McAllen's preseason little pamphlet they put together, a little brochure about all the players.
Good player.
Insert, I guess they call it in the newspaper business.
You got to go get it. Yeah, it's a lateral.
That was a lateral, and they are just lucky, talking about the Hawks, that went out of bounds. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. Enrique was trying to get it, but couldn't make it, but luckily for him, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, the closest guy was Munoz, and Munoz figured out, hey, wait a minute, that thing went backwards. It seems to be, thought there was a flag, but I might have seen something else. Maybe somebody wearing yellow shoes.
We saw Perez. We liked him. He's a linebacker. But again, if they run short running back, he could play running back. We saw in his earlier years him do that, right? Jesse Perez.
Yeah, Coach Stroman told us during the week, hey, we've given him some snaps. He's ready to go if we need it. We hope we don't go that route, but it's needed. If he's needed, he's there.
Well, Perez last year had 3 sacks, also 96 tackles, even an interception. So Jesse Perez definitely contributed on defense after having some good runs earlier in his career on offense.
I haven't really quite figured out what's happened here. Let's see what they can tell us.
Got a holding on the offense, number 2. That's a 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
All right.
Wow.
That's a tough call if you're a Hawks
besides the ball going backwards and going out of bounds about 3-4 yards, now you're backed up even a little bit more because you had a hold. Hawks are going in reverse here.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it's about 18 yards maybe, something like that. 2nd down and a mile. How's that sound?
That's about close.
All right. So Chase Roberts will throw a short pass, and not much going. Ledesma has it, and he is going to get near maybe where the first original line of scrimmage was. Maybe we'll give him 7 or 8.
Yeah, they've been focusing on Ledesma. They like him coming across the middle on those quick patterns. Really was hoping that he could break a tackle or two, but it wasn't happening. Nice play there by Aaron Tamez.
So it's going to be 3rd down. Again, looks like about 12 yards to go for the first down. There's the cheerleaders.
They're always spirited. They're always ready to go. Again, socially distanced, wear their face masks.
Yep.
Let's go high cheerleaders.
Can't see their pretty smiles, but we know they're there.
We know they're there.
All right, 3rd down and 12. Chase Roberts on an obvious passing play. Feels pressure, steps out of the pocket, and he is going to slide down near the 40-yard line, but still going to be about 6 yards short of a first down.
That was a nice move. Chase Roberts coming to the replay here. Watch this replay. This is probably the smartest move of the night. I'll tell you why. He's about to take off. There's some room, and then he realized, who's that? That's Josh Burkett, all 6'2" of them.
Remember, he had 123 tackles last year.
I would do the same.
Yeah.
When he
had a nice season. Also had a sack and an interception. Talking about Burkett.
All right, so there you go. The Hawks looks like they take a timeout.
All right, and we do have a timeout. And if you're looking for a dependable car audio and alarm company, Stop by.
First of the second half.
All right,
First
stop.
half.
Okay, I thought he would get that. Let me just start this over.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a dependable car audio and alarm company, stop by Extreme Car Audio in Weslaco. Sound systems, car alarms, and LED light bars available at Extreme Car Audio, our timeout sponsor.
Never thought that we would be fighting with time with the
And
officials.
we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more, and this is a K-West production. And we're back once again. Beautiful night in Weslaco, Texas, especially if you like the home team. Weslaco dominating so far over Harlingen South. Team, what, about 20 miles from here? About how far is it?
About 15, 20
Okay.
miles, something like that.
All right, 21-0 again in the second quarter. So let us see what happens on 4th down and 12. It's going to be a punt, and we'll see where it goes. Punt is going to wind up in the end zone, I believe. Yes, touchback.
Yeah, the South Hawks had a chance at it, just couldn't get to it, so it goes into the end zone touchback.
Well, so far, we see it's been 3 possessions or 4 possessions? All right, and before we get talking about this, let's see the academic studio of the week. Take it away, Carlos Robledo. And we are going to have a rushing play to begin the next series. It's at the 20-yard line, and it's going to be Jesse Hernandez gets about 5 yards on first down for the Panthers.
Jesse has had definitely plenty of time to look forward to his senior year. You know, last year he played, split some time with Caden Kanab and other players that came in, and you know we saw the talent, and the coaches do too. That's why this year it's Jesse's time to take over the running back spot.
And of course, a new quarterback this year, Rodney Garza. And again, he is going to hand the ball off. And this time it is going to be no gain for Hernandez. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Now Levi is once again a young man who is a 2-year starter. He comes up and makes a nice play here, nice stick if you see it right there. He's one of those players that Coach Ritchie identified. He's just a good football player, don't matter where you put him.
Was one of Matthew McConaughey's sons named after him?
No idea. Maybe.
All right. It's going to be 3rd down and 6, actually a loss of 1. And this time, a ball is going to be thrown, and the receiver is open for a moment. If the ball was thrown maybe a little better, it would have been caught. But again, a nice effort out there by Joe Maldonado.
Yeah, A for effort. You've got to give it a try. You're deep in your own territory. Joe Maldonado can take off, and he did. The ball was just a little bit behind him.
Yeah.
And turned around, just couldn't catch it. But it's, again, A for effort tonight.
4th down and 6. So will we see the first punt of the night for the Panthers? I would assume so. And it is going to be Rodney Garza doing the punting duties.
Yeah.
Remember, for a while, Jacob Cavasso did it during his career.
Right.
He was a quarterback, obviously.
Timeout. Weslaco. That's your second timeout of the first half.
If you're looking for a dependable car audio and alarm company, stop by Extreme Car Audio in Weslaco. Sound systems, car alarms, and LED light bars available at Extreme Car Audio, our timeout sponsor. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. This is a K-West production. And we're back once again. It's been all Weslaco. 4:20 remained till halftime, and they are leading Harlingen South Hawks 21-0. They are now going to punt the ball. We'll see if the Hawks can do something here. First punt of the night, and we see it's going to go back to about the 40-yard line. It's going to now be returned to about midfield. So a nice little return by Jeremiah Rivera. Again, the man that I think you admire quite a bit his talent, don't you, football friend?
I do. Really, both Ethan Samora, the linebacker for the Panthers, he's a 6'2" linebacker. I'll tell you something interesting. Josh Burkett and Ethan Samora, Coach Stroman says, hey, we call him salt and pepper.
Okay.
So, why do you call it? He was like, they go together. Anywhere they go, those linebackers, and if you see them tonight, they're right next to each other, big 6'2" linebackers. Hadn't seen that size here in Weslaco in quite some time. Something to be excited about if you're a Panther fan.
Chase Roberts at quarterback. We see him gone all the way so far for Harlingen South. And he's going to hand the ball off. And it's going to be a pickup of close to 5 yards by Ethan Garza. He is their primary rusher, isn't he?
Well, Ethan Garza now is one of those guys Coach Ritchie again mentioned during the week. Look, Ethan is a young sophomore. We brought him off from the defensive side and put him on the offense because our running back spot is so depleted. So Ethan is just, again, one of these young sophomores players to watch on that Hawk team. But yes, he came over from the defensive side. Now he's playing running back.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6, 46-yard line of Weslaco is where the ball is. A screen pass, and this time it is going to go nowhere. No gain as the screen pass went to Garza again.
Yeah, Aaron Tamez was all over that, and he created all sorts of problems on that play. It looked promising. It looked like that just swing pass out there was going to be successful, but Aaron Tamez breaking it all up, disturbing that play from the beginning.
So 2nd down and 6, clock is running. We are approaching about 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Hawks trying to get something on the board. Remember, they deferred, so they will get the kickoff to begin the second half. And we do have trips on the far side, but before anything happens, we have a whistle. I believe timeout on the field. All right, if you're looking for a dependable car, audio, and alarm company, stop by.
South. That's our second and first half.
Stop by Extreme Car Audio in Weslaco. Sound systems, car alarms, and LED light bars available at Extreme Car Audio, our timeout sponsor. And again,
I wanted to mention something to you. You know, because of the zone now, the zone schedule that we have, we're only playing 4 games in basically in the district. You got one tonight. Next week, a big one here as well against Harlingen High, and then you've got Donna North. So those games are important. Then you finish off the season on a Friday afternoon game against Los Fresnos. So really, you can't afford any losses. You want to pick up as many possible wins as you can, so you have that opportunity to go into the zone playoff at the end of the season.
And of course, Harlingen South, talking about playoffs, they were a by-district qualifier last year, even with a 4-7 record. All right, Chase throws the ball this time, has his receiver open, I should say, but overthrows him, and that was Elias Ledesma. He's been a busy young man.
Yeah, they've been targeting him tonight, and it's just a matter of just timing there, with this big pass. It was a nice strike. They took a chance on it. Why not? It's a 3rd down and long. You know, your offense has been moving very little, so you've got to do something to kickstart it, and they tried it there. Just couldn't get it going.
So again, we'll see what Weslaco can do. Got 2:48. Plenty of time to try to do something. We see the band right now.
They're warming up.
Yep. And again, the punt is off, and it is going to go to the 15-yard line, and it will be returned about 6 yards that time. So a 6-yard return by Mel Rodriguez.
Mel, it's interesting that they have Mel returning punts this year. I was, it's a good idea, I've always thought. But, you have other players as well that I'm sure as the year goes by, we're going to get to see as well.
Could that be because of injuries?
Well, not so much injuries, but Mel is a good player. He's got good vision. He's shown us that he's got some quick feet, So he's one of those guys that when you put out the sure hands as well. So yeah, he looks to be like the guy. At least they're starting off the season as your punt return.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, ball at the 21-yard line. Weslaco moving toward the north, and this time it's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards by Jesse Hernandez.
Yeah, big night by Jesse. That offensive line, as this game continues and they keep doing this, it'll be more and more a pounding that this offense.
Yeah, look at him go.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Eventually.
Took about 3 men to bring him down.
Eventually, after a while, you're just saying, man, I really don't want to get in front of this big purple jersey anymore,
So it's going to be 2nd down and 2. And it looks like maybe Jesse was shaken up a little bit, but he's going off under his own power, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, he's been running a lot.
Yeah, he may just be a little bit out of breath. Who
You
knows?
know, Coach.
And we're back once again, and this time a rush a little bit short of the first down by a couple yards, and a new running back in there.
Yeah, that, you know, we talked, I was saying earlier before we went to the break, that we were talking about the coach and what he said. We have a couple of guys that we're going to try. That was Marcus Sainz. He's a backup running back, but now quick breather there for Jesse. He's back in there.
Okay, so again, maybe just needed a little breath.
Yeah, Coach mentioned that during the week. He said, you know, I'm really worried about our conditioning, you know, so we're going to give some of the other guys, the twos, some chances too.
3rd down and 2. Ball near the 30-yard line. Weslaco in their own territory. This time a pass. Short pass is good, going to be good for that first down. And needed to get to about the 32-yard line. Going to be it near the 42. And that's a J. Gonzalez Law Firm first down. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
Izzy De Leon, nice play there, nice pitch and catch. He came across from the other side of the field, was wide open, has good speed, obviously good hands, and made it happen. Big first down.
Rodney Garza, looking good tonight, isn't he, in his first start?
Looking sharp.
Yeah. So he's got trips on the right side. One back in the backfield going by the spread tonight, as they usually do. And this time, his pass is no good, and it goes out of bounds. And again, the intended receiver had really no chance.
Yeah, Joe Maldonado here is saying, hey, wait a minute. Come on, man. I can reach that.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute. Are you kidding? I mean, that's going to drop my average right there, buddy. But, you know, that's a tough pass.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just standing back there, and that's a 10, 15-yard pass.
Ball at the 37-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And right now, we just have 51 seconds remaining here in the first half. Garza has the ball, keeps it, and he is going to get down to about his 41-yard line, so picks up about 3 or 4. They may just be really happy to run out the clock.
They might be. Mel was wide open. He was waving, just waving and waving at Rodney. But Rodney is running for his life. You know, he can't see Mel right now. He's about to get decked.
Yeah, he got a nice hit on that play. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up. I believe that was Joshua Cantu on that tackle. He's one of their better defensive players.
Very active young man.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up. And again, 10 seconds left. Clock is running. They will get off one more play. Hail Mary, we'll have to wait and see. Garza is going to throw the ball. Looking downfield, see if he has someone open, and will throw it into traffic. And no reception there around the 38-yard line. Intended receiver that time was Mel Rodriguez. So we have run out of time here in the first half. It is 21-0. And again, it's been a good first half. We've enjoyed it very much.
As a Panther fan, you've got to be happy. You've got to realize that that's the way it is, you know.
All right. So again, we'll be back with second half action after we see the bands and everything. Once again, from Bobby Lackey Stadium, 21-0, the Weslaco Panthers over the Harlingen South Hawks. For Football Fred, I'm Steve Harrison. Hope you're enjoying the action.
21-0.
Before Danya Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Danya Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Danya Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me in welcoming your Weslaco High School Dreamettes. Dreamettes are under the direction of Ms. Raquel Rico. The Dreamettes are in their 6th year as a team and have received numerous awards within those years. In the 2020 Showtime International Valley Dance Spectacular, held on February 29, the Dreamette officers received a sweepstakes award, best in category for both palm and lyrical routines. As a team, the Dreamettes also received the sweepstakes award in prop category. They received the award for having the highest score. They also received the Judges Award and Best in Category. The team also received Judges Award and Best in Category for Lyrical Introducing your 2020-2021 Dreamette Officer. Social Officer, Jalen Nevares. Social Officer, Marisol Gonzalez. Social Officer, Kimberly Villanueva. And now your Dreamette Dance Officer. Second Lieutenant, Esperanza Jaramillo. First Lieutenant, Vianey Rios. Captain, Ariana Sepulveda. And our 2020-2021 Dreamette Major, Rebecca Matias. Also joining us tonight is our Dreamette mascot, Savannah Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy as your Dreamettes perform a palm routine to applause.
Sir, how's it going? No, they're going to play some songs right now. He was getting ready to go to Vegas or something for one of the Arizona State games, and they get minimum, they have 400 guys in the year. ago, and all of them grow mustaches out. They just invade the bars, and like he said a couple of years back, they did it on the V trip. Must have been a while ago because they haven't played Arizona State in a while. Yeah, for sure before we were there. And he said that they got like girls to do their contests, and they just like took over, like absolutely took over. And they all stayed at the stadium, at a hotel right there on the stadium. They like took over their whole parking lot and had that little like bar and grill right there, and just like took it over and then went to the game. I don't know. A lot of good stuff. Group of Delta Chi's that I was tight with. They did Georgia, said it was amazing, and they did Starks. And said that was nuts. But that they partied with the Delta Chi's over there, and said that I haven't done one.
For drum majors. Assistant Erica Van Tilburg. Assistant Alejandro Sainz. And the head drum major, Natalie Estrada, your Panther Corps drum majors. The halftime scores on the big scoreboard are brought to you by Taqueria El Compayito, located across the street from the stadium. Hey, after the game, you can order your delicious lunches and a variety of taquitos, including bistec, trompo, fajitas, tripas, and more. Thank you for sponsoring the halftime scores. Taqueria El Compayito. And as we get ready to kick off the second half, again, we want to acknowledge our kickoff sponsor, Jones, Galligan, Key, and Lozano, attorneys at law located right here in Weslaco. Kickoff sponsor.
All right, we are getting ready for the second half. We're at Bobby Lackey Stadium, Weslaco, Texas. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. 32-6A action. Weslaco High Panthers, the host team, their first game of the season, and they're taking on the Harlingen High South Hawks, and they are leading 21-0. And as we begin this second half, we would like to acknowledge our kickoff second half sponsors, Jones, Callaghan, Key, and Lozano. They're located at 2300 West Pike Suite 300 in Weslaco. Jones, Callaghan, Key, and Lozano, attorney at law. Our kickoff sponsors. Football Fred, are you ready for some more action?
Well, you know, as long as the Panthers stay in this game, and they got to keep playing. It's 4 quarters all the way. You got to learn that now. This is a talented Harlingen team who's just a play or two away. It's time to get going.
And remember, it was Harlingen South. They won the toss of the coin, and they deferred to the second half. Maybe not a good decision, because on the first 3 possessions, even the first one, we saw Weslaco score. And again, we are thankful that we are able to play these games. Weslaco had to miss a couple of games due to the COVID situation, but they are ready to go, and we're ready to have that second half kickoff. Lots of fans out here tonight. Weslaco with as many fans as they could have. And here comes the second half kickoff, and it is fumbled, but it is going to be recovered. And now we are going to have the defensive lineups for the Weslaco Panthers.
Alex Medrano,
Austin Craig,
Juan Rodriguez, Alexis Munoz,
Caleb Gomez,
Jesse Perez, Ethan Zamora, Josh Burkett, Aaron Tamez,
Jacob Denna,
Leon Rodriguez.
ATPE is your ally, your voice for professional educators.
ATP bringing us our second half lineups. And again, you can see the crew down there, the defense. And we now get ready to see the offense. And here it is for the visitors. And on the first play, they are going to get several yards.
Yeah, this offense, once again, is very capable, Scott. It's just a matter of putting things together. Speaking to Coach Ritchie during the week, he said, look, we just got to get better. Offensive line has to get better. Our play calling. And they're hoping that maybe this third game they've already got going here, that they can get things together. We'll see here.
All right, it is going to be a 2nd down and 9, and it's going to be a handoff. Going to be a couple yards on the play, but not much more. Good defensive work, and we see on the run that time, it is Ethan Garza, and I believe, do we have a new quarterback in there?
Well, you know, they usually turn quarterbacks around. They like to switch quarterbacks. So, yes, you're going to see Xander Cáceres come in and try to get some snaps. You might even see some running backs. George Espinosa's a new back there. They're trying something out, the Hawks are.
All right, so Xander on a pass play. It's low, but it's caught, I believe, and it will be a 1st down, and it was Ledesma with the catch.
Yes, and he's been the focus of this offense all night long. They have another receiver in John Adam Bustamante, who's also a dangerous receiver. All you need is get him the ball. Here we go.
So again, a running play, and this one is going to pick up about 6 yards this time. And on the running play, Garza, right?
Yeah, they're able to use different players now. Keep in mind someone that's Ethan Garza, who came over from the defense. He can be explosive. You got to give him a chance, though, and see if this offensive line can do that.
So it's going to be a gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4. Opening series of the second half. Big lead right now for Weslaco. Let's see if something can be done by the Hawks to decrease it. And it's going to be a sweep around the left side. And it is going to be close to a 1st down. This time, A.J. Flores.
Yeah, there's a flag in the backfield. Usually around that place is usually where there's a holding.
All right, we'll have to wait and see. Elian Rodriguez with the tackle. But we'll see if the play stands.
Elian himself has had a very good ball game so far. A young man who's a new addition to that safety / cornerback addition there to the team.
Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs. Still awaiting the call.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson not to talk when the guy in the white hat speaks.
Yeah.
From the first half.
Holding on the offense, 15. It's a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's usually the area where that happens. You've got an outside run going to your left, kind of like a sweep, if you would, and then you have some of your offensive linemen coming up and trying to block, get a little too excited, get a little handsy, putting some of those hands on the jerseys.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 15. Ball back to the 32-yard line. We have a slot over on the right side. Pass play. Actually, this time it will be dumped off, and it's going to be back to around the original line of scrimmage. Was it caught?
Well, they seem the officials are marking it as a catch. I thought he was out of bounds, but looks like
Let's
they're
see
giving
the
him a
replay.
catch. Yeah, they're giving him a catch.
Okay.
And they're rolling out. Something to keep in mind here. They didn't do this in the first half with Chase Roberts. They're rolling out because Xander Cáceres, the quarterback, to try to give him some room from this aggressive Panther defense.
Back to the original line of scrimmage, so a gain of 5. George Espinoza on the catch.
So right now we're already starting to see some adjustments that Coach Ritchie and the staff have made with the Hawks.
Again, this drive has taken the first 3 minutes of the quarter off the clock. Pass play, steps back a couple steps. Receiver is open, overthrows him, got behind the defenders, and Ledesma might have gone a long way.
Yeah, and that's what we said in the beginning here of the second half when we started. They're just a couple of plays, just an inch or two off. Things are just not sinking right. And that has to do, like we said earlier, some of the...
Nothing off about these young ladies. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but
yeah, they're
cheerleaders are in mid-season form for the Panthers.
Form. That's always a great thing to see. So yeah, if you're a Hawk fan, you're thinking, man, you just got to get these things rolling. You got to decide on a quarterback as you kind of flip. Now quarterback Xander Cáceres once again is the quarterback. But here comes a punt.
Yep, 4th down. Punt will get off at the 25-yard line. Going to bounce, penalty flag, and it will roll inside the 25-yard line before it's finally down. And the reason I'm laughing is that 21, Leo Hinosa, he kept with his hand kind of trying to beg for the ball to move. You know, thinking maybe some wind from his hand or whatever would make it move a little farther.
Yeah, that works in your mind sometimes, but that's the only place that works.
We are going to have another penalty. Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
Now, it looks like they caught Aaron Tamés. Just a quick call there.
We'll hear what the white hat has to say. By the way, in McAllen, the officials had to work 2 nights in a row.
Wow.
Holding on the receiving team. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Same guys worked on Wednesday at the Palmview game against the Bulldogs in McAllen. Then the next night, the Mustangs played on Thursday. And again, it was the same set of referees, so they got their workout.
I was wondering, especially if they're out of town.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're from Brownsville and playing up in McAllen, it's a drive to go and come back.
Well, they had to do it 2 nights straight, same crew.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to maybe see them here tonight.
You know, why not make it a triple header? Yeah.
All right. It is going to be 1st down and 10. Ball at the 13-yard line. Rodney Garza at quarterback. And a low snap. He'll hand it off to Jesse Hernandez, and Hernandez is going to get a big run. We talked about this earlier, how he can go all the way sometimes, long distance, and this one is going to be a real long one, about 78 yards. Amazing. Jesse Hernandez, 78-yard touchdown run.
I'm going to wait for the replay because, again, we say, and we've told you this before, this offensive line has all the members back. Now, Jesse turned it up. Don't get me wrong. He just turned off the afterburners, touchdown. We'll wait for the replay to see what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Touchdown extra point sponsor is Dr. Sandra Esquivel, your hometown general surgeon, Dr. Esquivel. Extra point attempt just about to come by Zeke Lopez. And it is good. 78-yard touchdown. That was amazing.
Yeah, look at that offensive line.
And
look
remember,
where everybody goes. Everybody's out of the way. What a big play there by that offensive line, clearing the way. Of course, Jesse does the rest, but I got to give credit to those guys. Larry Strickland, Erasmo Garces, Rolando Morales, Giovanni Naveja, Pedro Carrion, Andrew Reyes, all these guys have been able to open holes all night, and you're starting to see the benefits that come from having an offensive line that has worked together. So I'm excited to see these young men open up these kinds of holes for Jesse. And, man, I was going to ask you before the play, I wonder if Jesse's close to 100 yards. Well, that answered my question.
That answered your question. Well, Jesse going to have a big night. And, again, I believe last year, I think he had a run of about 68 yards. He did. And, again, amazing. Had 58 carries last year, had 4 touchdowns, I believe. So, again, off to a good start. Had 470 yards rushing last year.
Yeah.
So, on that one play alone, he was within 400 of last year.
He might be
just on one play.
He might be halfway there before this game is over.
Hey, there's Flex Cam. We're going to see you flex right now. You're an offensive lineman.
I said, do you really want to see that? Yeah. Offensive
do I really want to see it, or are you going to do it?
Offensive linemen don't flex. Offensive linemen pose. How's that?
Oh, okay.
We pose.
I thought they were just first to the buffet, right? No.
That too.
That is if your name is Football Fred.
That is true, yes.
Right.
Count me in.
Okay, the kickoff goes, and it's going to be taken to the 35-yard line by the Hawks. It looks like it was A.J. Flores So good field position where they start first down and 10.
Speaking of buffets, this offense is feasting.
Oh, I love it.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I miss those things. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But 28-0.
So
I mean, you're thinking, you're just, as a Panther fan, you're hoping you have a good game plan. You put things together, and wow, when you see this, you got to be ecstatic.
It's Thanksgiving month, so the offense is no turkey, right?
That's right. There you go. Oh, another one. I like that.
All right. So we are going to have a running play, quarterback keeper, and he is going to get down to just about first down yards, maybe a little bit short.
Yeah, you got to wrap that quarterback. Alexander Cáceres is going to bounce off a couple of guys. You'll see on the replay. He comes in. He doesn't know the score. He wants to play. He wants to get his time in. Really, you got to wrap him up. If you're a Panther, you got to wrap him up.
And it looks like a run for a first down. Again, it is, it looks like. And on that carry, I believe it was George Espinoza.
Yeah, they have a couple of guys that now they're using back there. They have a fullback that we didn't see out there earlier. That's George Espinoza, which you just mentioned. And they do have back there Mabile, Enrique Mabile.
You see him right now.
Yeah.
He's lined up next to the quarterback. So it's going to be first and 10, pass play, and the receiver did not turn around. There was a misconnection. There was miscommunication. I guess there was going to be somewhat kind of hook play or something.
Yeah.
And again, he didn't turn around, and he was going well out there. So
you know, when you're in the line, you're depending on what your cadence is and what you're calling. You say, everybody, hey, you look at your side and you look, hey, we're going to do number 2. We're going to do number 2. He thought he said we're going to do number 1. So you know, they just kind of went the wrong way.
Second down and 10, 7:28 remaining, third quarter. Panthers up 28-0. Quarterback keeper going to go nowhere that time, and he is brought down from behind, dragged down on that play by Joshua Burkett. And remember, he had 123 tackles last year, just 122 away, right? Of course, he's had others too.
But he's going to have that and probably more when it's all said and done. He's one of their leading players, and you're starting to see.
Remember, he had 87 solo tackles. Out of 123 last year, 87 were solo tackles. That was a loss of 1. Third down and 11. This time a pass play, and the receiver's open, but good coverage. It would have been maybe just short of the first down, and Ledesma was over there and couldn't catch it.
That is a really nice play by the corner on that side. Look at the timing.
Yeah,
You'll see it here on the replay. This is a nice pass. The timing's down, but the defensive player's got to make that play, and he does. As soon as that ball gets there, he's there too. Big time play there by the corner playing on that side.
I believe it was Gomez.
Yeah, it was Caleb Gomez, who's the coach called him a hybrid. He's a hybrid linebacker, hybrid safety. You know, he can play both spots.
Yeah, he's listed as free safety.
Yeah, he can play both spots, and even corner now. You saw him playing corner.
So punt upcoming, fourth down and 11. All right. There we go, and the ball is going to be down at the 16-yard line. And now here is Carlos Robledo with our Student of the Week.
I've been practicing in the Weslaco area for the past 16 years. We do our best to see you on time, listen to you, get you well, and most importantly, keep you well. Come visit us. Be Well Clinic, 1206 6th Street, next to Santa Pharmacy.
And our band Student of the Week, I tell you what, did a great job at halftime. Always good to see them out there. So we are going to have first and 10 now for the Panthers, and they are at their own 11-yard line. Again, new quarterback this season, Rodney Garza, taking over for Jacob Cavazos, threw for over 2,000 yards last year. I think he ran for about, 25-yard touchdowns. That's funny. Peyton Knab had 26 touchdowns rushing. He had 25. And right now, here is Hernandez. Let's see how many touchdowns he gets this year. Just had an 87-yarder and follows up that rush a few minutes ago with not a bad little one on first down. He picked up about 7 or 8 yards.
And the offense really hasn't changed much. If we think about it, if you're a Panther fan, you saw this with Jacob last year. See him in the standing about 5 yards behind, then giving it to the first man through. In this case, it was Knab last year. It's Jesse Hernandez this year.
All right, so we have second down, gain of 8. Just about, and it's going to be second and short. This time a pass play. Garza rolls over to his right, and he does get the pass off. De Leon right down near the 40-yard line.
That's easy. Easy, making it easy.
So he is going to get about 15 or 16 yards on that play, I believe. first down, and we see that's a J. Gonzalez Law Firm first down. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
And I'm really excited that this type of timing already is down with Easy. We said he's a young man. Coach told us, look out for him. He's going to be one of our stars this year, and so far he's delivered.
Ball at the 37-yard line in Weslaco territory, and this time it is going to be a run, and not much going, several yards on that one, and a flag.
Yeah, you saw it from wherever you were sitting in the stadium.
Signs has the ball.
That Signs had the ball. He's running back number 2. Yeah, he's the 2, but there was a face mask by the Hawks.
Marcus Signs. And Marcus is just a junior.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty. That'll be added at the end of the run.
Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
And this is probably the point of the game where you're thinking, hey, should Jesse take a breather? He's had quite of a night. Maybe we should start Marcus rolling a little bit more. That's a good question. I'm sure.
Well,
Coach
didn't they do that last year? Sometimes take Peyton Knob out for a few plays and put Jesse Hernandez in.
Yeah, that may be something that Coach might be thinking about already. Coach Vento is thinking, hey, should we sit him down for a little bit, give him a breather? We'll see.
I liked him. He had a nice sense of humor.
He does. Nice guy.
I enjoyed meeting him before the game.
The old coach, yeah.
1st and 10. Ball at the 44-yard line. Handoff. You made me think of that. I thought of the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. I was actually at his last game. It was at Baton Rouge. LSU was playing South Carolina, and the reason they were playing in Baton Rouge was because of a hurricane affecting South Carolina.
Delay of game. Number 6 on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
Well, Coach Stroman, as he's watching the broadcast tonight, and then Coach Vento is watching it here and coaching from the sideline, he's probably got to say, we got to clear up some of those penalties, especially in the first half. You had quite a few. As a coach, you always look for something to work on.
First down and 15, ball near midfield. Have to get to the 34-yard line. This time a pass, and it's lofted over defender, and no good. Is it going to be pass interference?
They pushed him, and before the ball got there, he was pushed by the defensive player back there, but the official did not call it.
I believe it was that Lincoln. Who was that? Lincoln Donovan?
Yeah, Lincoln Donovan is another youngster who's making his debut tonight.
All right.
So we'll see how he does. He's just a sophomore.
And real quick, why isn't Coach Stroman here? Not too much about this, but just so people that just tuned in.
Like everything, like all of us that have one or the other time have been exposed to somebody who's had COVID.
Yeah.
You take the precautions, you isolate yourself, and he's fine. Not negative, he's negative. He's fine. He's just taking precautions.
All right, so again, a passing play on 2nd and 15, and the ball is lofted up. 2 defenders, and the reason I'm laughing was it went off of one of the defenders' noggins. All right, David Cortez, one of their better players, went off his helmet.
Yeah, and they were going deep on that one.
Yeah.
Rodney's got an arm.
Yeah, Rodney does.
Yeah, I remember last year. We're talking to Coach Stroman, and we asked him, hey, Coach, off the record. He says, no, on the record. Who's got a strong arm, Jacob or Rodney?
Yeah.
Remember the answer?
Yes. Yeah.
He said Rodney.
Pass interference on the defense, 11 White. That's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs. Here's the replay.
You saw it. Look at that. Yeah.
And again, we're not trying to laugh at the young man. It's just a funny play.
Now Mel was ready to. Yeah, he was interfered with. He was doing his job, and somebody got.
We even hear laughs for other people here in the press box.
So. It's one of those that's going to make the blooper reel somewhere,
Right. 10 not plays of the week, isn't that something they
have
on
ESPN?
Yeah,
I'm sure that'll make it somewhere.
2nd down and 15. A ball at the 34-yard line. Weslaco moving toward the south end zone near the Giants scoreboard here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. And again, another run by Signs, and not much doing.
Yeah, Signs, once again, he's a player that is first year of varsity. He's going to learn how to play the spot. He's going to learn how to read his blocks and all that kind of good stuff. And this is a perfect time, if you had to do such a thing, it is now, to bring in a back who's going to be your second player back there, and he's going to relieve Jesse Hernandez, your starting running back. Yeah, you want to get him in now and get him some reps.
There's Rodney Garza, young man who in other years has been a receiver, been a rusher, mostly a receiver and a quarterback. This is where he's featured now. And again, the ball is handed off once again to Signs. It was a 2nd down and 10 play, gets a couple.
Yeah, Marcus, once again, we're mentioning the fact that he's got to learn this position even better as time goes by. Once again, we keep stressing this to everybody who's watching the game tonight. This is Weslaco's first action of any kind since football season started. They have not practiced or scrimmaged anybody till tonight.
Isaac Torres on the tackle, 3rd down and 8. Ball is snapped, and this time there is a whistle.
Yeah, I was hoping they would let that go and get a free play.
All right, and Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs. There you go.
So as coach, hey, so if
1 second.
Go ahead.
Encroachment on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Okay, you said you were asking
Yeah,
coach. Which coach?
We were asking Coach Stroman, who said, "Hey, coach, so if you pull Rodney out, or he's tired or whatever, hey, who's your backup quarterback?" It's something to think about because I'm sure the Panther faithful will want to know.
Right.
Keep your eye on a couple of guys. There's a couple of guys we'll tell you about here after this play.
3rd down and 3, ball at the 27-yard line. So now it's very manageable. We always hear that phrase, 3rd and manageable.
Right.
And here it is, pass play, Rodney Garza, and it's intercepted this time. Big play for the Hawks, and it's going to be Garza who's going to have to knock out the defender at the 45-yard line. And I believe on that particular interception, it was Ethan Garcia.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise you. Remember, Ethan playing offense, but he plays defense. He's some of their playmakers, and really it was just that got away from Rodney.
And you hate to see that Garza having to make a tackle.
Right.
We don't want to see the backup quarterback right now.
Well, that's what I was trying to make it. You have Carlos Garcia, who's your backup quarterback. Yeah. He is a senior, if need be. But yeah, you're right. You don't want to see
who's the backup? I'm sorry.
Yes, Carlos Garcia is the quarterback who is the backup to Rodney this year.
So who's the quarterback this time?
This time you have Alexander Casares back there again for the Hawks.
1st and 10, and he has it. He's going to pitch it off on the first play, and this time the back is going to get very little yardage. Good defensive play that time. Coming up to make the tackle, one of our favorites, Ethan Zamora.
Man, look at this! Look at this replay. Look at the speed that Ethan showed. Look at just sees it. Attacks it, goes, grabs him, pulls him down. Ethan is an excellent player. Missed some time last year because of injuries.
Yeah, we always like talking with him. Ethan Garza, on the run, and of course he just made the interception. No, it was another guy.
Yeah, but Ethan Garza made the interception, and we're talking about Ethan Zamora on the Panther defense.
Right. So it's going to be 2nd down, gain of about 3 or 4 this time. A little screen pass, and not much going. Again, guess who made the tackle? Guess who?
Look at where he comes from. I think he comes from about the high school, across the parking lot, basically. Look at him run.
14 on the
Fidencio Mensah. That's look at it. It's like a dart. He's just coming down and made the play. Man, oh man.
So nice job by number 40, Ethan Zamora. So it's going to be 3rd down and 4. This time a handoff, and it's going to be short of the 1st down. And again, coming up from behind to stop the rush, we see it is Christian Lopez.
Yeah, there's another young man who's also making his debut tonight, getting a little bit of playing time with the ones.
Mabele, by the way, tackled.
Mabele was a carrier, right?
So let's see where they mark it. It's going to be 4th down. I don't think there was a gain of 1. All right, we'll call it a gain of 1. So 4th down and 3, ball inside the territory of the Panthers. It's down at the 46-yard line. Clock continues to run. A fast-moving 3rd quarter. 1:32 remaining. No score in this quarter so far.
Right.
We have trips over on the right side. Here's the snap. Pass to that side, and we are going to see, I believe it is going to be Ledesma. Ledesma could go all the way. There is a penalty flag, though, and the ball comes loose. It does look like the Panthers have it, but there's a mess going on right now.
Yeah, there was all sorts of things happen. It's going to take a timeout to figure this one out.
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of people down there.
First of all, that touchdown, if it stands, if it's a touchdown,
yeah, Jacob Dennon, by the way, might have recovered it. There were a couple
it's
guys.
not going to count because there was a hold
well,
at
they're
the 20.
Going to say it's down at the 1 no matter what happens.
Okay.
I'm saying if they keep it, I'm talking about the Hawks.
So the officials got to unpack everything here. But basically, that was a flag that happened during the run. And so they're probably going to back him up a little bit more because of the fact that it happened during the run. It didn't happen before the play, but it was happening during the play. So that's what the officials are gathering about, you know, to say, okay, so where was he? Where did the flag happen? You saw it outside there on the cornerback. They were trying to block the mess. The mess was trying to get away, and there was some grabbing going on. So we'll let the officials kind of break that. So I don't think they're going to be at the 1.
Well, we're going to get the call right now. I think.
Yeah, that's
a little more discussion.
Holding on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. It's a spot foul.
Weslaco,
First down. South.
All right. Well, his cadence and mine do not work well together.
Yeah. We went off
I think
of him.
he's done, and then he's not. Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
So there on replay, you'll be able to see it on the screen. It happens around the corner right there. That's where the penalty happened. It was holding him down, and that's what the official called. So that's why the ball now is at the 28, 29-yard line instead of the 1.
Cesar Gomez was pulling him down from behind for Weslaco. And there we saw the head coach, or interim head coach for Weslaco. Is that what we would call him?
Well,
all right, we'll find out more about that. We'll find out your answer in just a moment as we take this break. This is a K-West production. I want you to mention that next man up thing, too, at some point. That was really good. Not now, at some point. It depends if it fits in. But I got to ask you about the interim thing. Okay. And right now, it's What a Fan in the Stands, brought to you by Whataburger. And look at that big sack of burgers.
What do you got to do to get that?
Yeah. Be careful. You better.
Oh, you got to show up to the game.
Make sure you protect that, because otherwise Football Fred. She's putting that down underneath her.
What pot is she at?
Yeah, protecting her from Football Fred. Now, I wanted to ask you, again, we talked about Coach Stroman not being here, and I know he's communicating with his coach. There is our interim coach, or is it called an interim coach?
Well, we asked him.
Yeah.
So what do you call it, coach? He says, I am the first assistant, so I'm the next man up. And if I can't go, we have the next man mentality.
Yeah.
And it goes not just for the players, but it goes for the coaches as well. So I would say the first assistant is the next man up. So he's the coach because he's the first assistant right after that.
All right. He's the man tonight.
He's the man tonight.
I think Ric Flair, if you ever
That's
follow.
right.
I got to say that for Mr. Barry, one of our
you got to say that.
videographers. I used to say photographers. I guess it's a videographer. He would like that comment. Ric Flair comment. All right. It's almost picked off, but then it is caught, and that is going to be a nice touchdown of 29 yards, and it's going to go to number 16, Elias Ledesma.
Right. So the Hawks have found something here with Xander Cáceres. He's their backup quarterback. They like to switch quarterbacks, but here Xander has played well in the time that he's been given. Nice play, really. Elian had a shot at it. Maybe we'll see on the replay.
Who had the shot at it?
We wait the extra point now, but I was saying earlier that really at this point, Elian Rodriguez, number 23, had a really nice chance at it.
All right, the extra point is good. And right now, with 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's Weslaco over Harlingen South, 28-7. You see the replay of the touchdown pass.
Look at Elian. Oh,
not much.
Man.
Not much away from a tip, from a deflected pass.
Yeah.
And as we go to break, let's have the athlete of the week.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
We're back once again, so on the final play, or just about the final play of the, I guess not the final play, 30 seconds left. In the closing minute, I should say, of the third quarter, Harlingen South gets on the board. Would you be concerned? Every coach is concerned when you give up a score, but how much concern should the Panthers coaching staff have right now?
Well, you've got to realize that they found something in the defense.
Oh, look at that face. That's the concern you have. You see the mask on that guy's face?
Exactly.
Yeah, that gentleman's face. I should say that gentleman. that's the concern you might have. Like, whoa,
well,
whoops,
you might.
What's
I mean,
going on?
you know, that was a long pass. It was a coverage that the safety couldn't get there in time. The corner was trailing. Yeah, you got to fix it, and it's fixable. It's something you as a coach got to say, hey, guys, come on. We got a guy who can get the ball out there.
And there is the kickoff, and it's going to be returned a few yards down to about the 25-yard line on that particular run. So a nice position, not a bad starting, and that was Mel Jones, right?
Yeah, you have a
No,
couple.
I'm sorry. Who was it?
Yeah, that was
14.
Mikai Jones. Right.
Mikai Jones,
Yeah,
right.
you have a couple of players now. The Panthers are starting to play some of their number twos. You're starting to see some of those guys come in and mix a little bit. Your ones with your twos. You have some of those guys starting, and
Right.
some of the offensive line, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I can see that you have some of the young.
Oh, we still have the starters in though for the cheerleaders.
Right. They
That's the 18.
that's the number ones. That's right.
Okay. And speaking of number ones, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Garza still a quarterback. Hernandez back in at running back after a breather. And now he is going to get a first down and a lot more. Probably got 16, 17 yards on first down. And another first down. And this first down is brought to you by the J. Gonzalez Law Firm. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to read the penalty one, too.
Okay, I guess I will. All right.
There's a penalty there.
Thank you. Weslaco, not really thank you. Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you.
On the offense, 18. It's a 10-yard spot foul.
All right. It's brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
You know, again, if you see the play, it happened downfield. It didn't happen on the offensive line. It happened before that as they were trying to get out in another big hole for Jesse there. You know, so these holes have been constant, have been happening quite a bit, and they're getting bigger and bigger.
Rodney Garza got a first down and about 12, has to get the ball to the 35-yard line, has it at his own 23, moving right now toward the south end zone, which is where the big screen is here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. That's been around, I guess, a couple years now.
That's been around, yeah.
Really nice. A lot of effort made to put that together. Of course, Weslaco East also plays here. Now they're in different districts, right?
Yeah, they're different districts, 31.
Timeout.
You have 32 6A, and then you have them in 5A as well.
All right, and a timeout. And if you're looking for a dependable car audio and alarm company, stop by Extreme Car Audio in Weslaco. Sound systems, car alarms, and LED light bars available at Extreme Car Audio, our timeout sponsor.
I've liked the times that Coach Avento and the staff have used the timeouts. They've used the timeouts really well. And, you know, it's a first down, okay, but you see maybe a momentum shift starting to happen.
Yep.
And so as a coach, you say, okay, let's kind of regroup here. Let's kind of settle down a little bit. Let's start not making these mistakes that might open the door, even if it's closed, it might open a little bit. You don't want to give much any chance.
That's good. I do want to mention, I was starting before, Weslaco East won last night.
Yeah,
right?
big game.
Here. And, you know, they're in different districts now. One's in, 5A?
5A.
And different districts. So that was pretty cool. And, of course, Weslaco in 6A, right? 5A. So they both could get state championships in the same year.
You know what? They have really good teams. Both these schools do.
Yeah.
Something the community has to be really proud about.
Right.
And we'll see how far these teams can go.
So congratulations to Weslaco East for winning last night.
Yeah, big game.
So it's going to be first down and 10. And now we are going to have a gain of about 8 or 9. Hernandez once again.
Yeah, they're going back to their bread and butter. What's gotten them here is the run. They've had that offense get done.
All right. We have ended now 3 quarters of play. It is 28-7. Weslaco right now is leading Harlingen South. This is a K-West production. All right, second down It's going to be about 3 to go. Now moving toward the north end zone. And this time, Garza is going to toss the ball, kind of lofts it up there. And it looked like it was anybody's ball. But fortunately, I think for Weslaco, nobody got it. And the intended receiver, once again, was Donovan Lincoln.
Yeah, the worst thing that happened during that play was what happened to Rodney. I don't want to see that very often. I know it's going to happen, but you just don't want to see it. I mean, it was a kind of a Hail Mary pass, but really Rodney got the worst of it. He got nailed by one of the defensive players for the Hawks. Yeah, you want to keep that to a minimum. I'm sure that's something maybe Coach Stroman might be on the phone. Hey, you know, guys, I don't know about that play right now. Let's go ahead and take care of our quarterback.
You know, okay, let's talk in a moment. But right now, here is a rush by Hernandez, and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much doing that time.
Right.
You want to be doing well in this game if you're the next man up coach. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of, talk in the ear, right?
Yeah, it depends on what happens. But yeah. Coach Stroman is going to join us, and not this game, not next game against Harlingen, but he'll be back for the Donna North game.
You got to ask him, I guess, if you talk to him next week, how much he was on the phone tonight.
Yeah, I think that's going to be.
And ask him if they're doing well, is he on the phone equally as much, or if they're doing bad, is he on more?
That's right. I'm interested in that.
4th down and 4. Here comes a punt. And it is going to bounce about the 33-yard line. So the punt has gotten off by Rodney Garza.
With a quick kick.
And we are going to take a break right now. And here is Carlos Robledo with the cheerleader of the week. So again, another great student doing great things at Weslaco. And we have 1st down and 10 right now for the Hawks. And here we have a pass play. Again, Ledesma, the intended receiver, incomplete. And again, I guess we still have the same quarterback, right?
Yeah, Andrew Casares is the quarterback. He replaced Chase Roberts here in the second half. And a bit of a difference in the offense as well. We're starting to see Alexander do certain things that Chase didn't do. We just saw the first slant of the game. I was kind of shocked to see that coming in with all that traffic. But this is going to be a good challenge for this defense. Now they see if they can stop this momentum.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line, moving toward the south end zone at Bobby Lackey Stadium is the Hawks. Again, another pass play to Ledesma, and he is going to fall forward for maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, that's something we saw during the first half, but it wasn't very successful. They were able to get the ball out there, but nothing after that. We call that the yak, the yards after the catch. Really, right there, you see nowhere else to go there for the wide receiver for the Hawks.
No.
It's a nice play there by the defense, and the Panthers have forced now a third down here.
Right. So they'll give him forward progress of 5 yards, I believe, something like that. 3rd down and 5. Clock moving, which is good news for Panther fans. And this time the pass is good down to about midfield. So a gain of 13 yards on the play to Ledesma. I like that receiver.
Yeah, and Ledesma was open there as well. And again, keep an eye on Casares. Watch what he does in the beginning here. He rolls out. He's not standing anymore. He figured out this defense is getting there too quick. He's getting out of the pocket quickly. See if he does it again.
Yep.
Now drop back.
Jacob Denna, by the way, the defender on that play. And this time overthrows Ledesma. Had a couple of defenders that he got by, but again, the ball would have had to be almost perfectly thrown.
That was the play they scored on the opposite side back in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost like he throws to a spot on that play. I've watched a lot of games where they kind of throw to a spot.
They're hoping the timing is there.
Right.
They're hoping that the receiver can get there off his block enough so he can.
And you got to just have the timing perfect. Right. Throwing to a spot. Right. You played the game, right? Am I correct in what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's exactly sometimes what it is. It's just timing. That's all it is.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10, ball near midfield. This time, quarterback keeper, and pick up about 2 or 3. What do you think about the athleticism of this quarterback compared to Chase?
Well, I've seen, if anything else, I've seen something different. You've seen some different plays. Rarely did you see Chase and Roberts. Now comparing him and Casares, who's in there now. Chase didn't do a lot of running. They look like they want to do that with him, maybe to be a little bit of a bigger athlete. So far, they've moved him out of the pocket, and those are the ones that they've been successful at. So when they move him out, that's when they had some success.
3rd down and 7 coming up. Clock rolling, approaching 9 minutes remaining. And again, pass play up the middle, and the receiver is open. And Ledesma is going to get it, and he probably gets close to 10 or 11 yards, enough for the first down.
All it is just kind of sitting back and looking for 15 to make the play. Really, you got to find a spot in where you're at. Everybody's got.
And I apologize, it was John Adam.
Yeah, John Adam Bustamante, right?
That time.
Again, you gotta get there. If you're Caleb Gomez, you got to make sure you get there.
So nice job by him. And a running play good for about 5 yards that time up the middle. Good hard-nosed running, and that time it's Mobile. Enrique does the job.
Right. Mobile is one of these guys. They're hoping they can get something a little bit more from their running back spot. Again, so if you're watching the game and just joining us, remember Marcos Gonzalez, their also running back, was out, is lost for the season with an injury.
So a pass play. A lot more passing here in the second half, and that time couldn't quite get to the receiver. And once again, it's Ledesma.
Yeah, and they have to do that because of the score. They can't continue to run and just get a few yards, and really they need to score. They need to score in bunches, and they got to do it now. So they're trying their best. They're airing it out. They're trying to pick up some quick yards and try to get a score as soon as possible.
Ball 31-yard line of Weslaco, 3rd down and 5. One thing about the mask here now, we see a lot of cool masks.
Right.
All different kinds.
Creativity runs abound, you know. It's just everybody's got
I'm trying to make a positive out of a negative here.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, and pass play on 3rd down, in and out. Actually, intercepted.
Yeah, that
nice
bounce.
play. Nice play. 40, 30. Let's see how this goes. We're at the 20, going to go all the way for a score. Wow. That was nice.
A weird play every night.
That's Jesse, right?
Yeah.
Jesse Perez.
Yeah, he took it to the house, but unfortunately there's some flags.
Yeah.
There's 3. That's a triangle of flags. Watch that.
Jesse Perez had an interception last year.
Yeah, but, it's one of those things. And what a run, man. He's got some wheels. Jesse's got some wheels.
Well, remember, Jesse's played running back, so he definitely knows how to run with the ball.
And I think by the end of the season, we're probably going to see him a couple of times. Yeah, there was some nice hitting going on after. He's laughing about it, too.
Remember, I always...
During the run, personal foul, chop block, 13. That's a 15-yard penalty. First down, Weslaco ball.
Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
Watch this bounce. Monk, patunk, right in his hands.
Could you do that one more time?
Yeah, you got to replay it again. It sounds silly when I say it with no. But look at Jesse go. It's like a running back.
He could go all the way. Who am I doing an impersonation of?
Yeah.
So anyhow,
nice play.
Coach Stroman, I always asked him all the time last season, didn't I? When are we going to see Jesse Perez running back? I'll probably do it this year too.
Yeah.
So I've always done that. There he is. So here we got a run, and it's back over the 22-yard line. And that time it's Jesse Hernandez, and he looks like he's a little shaken up. Let's hope it's just cramps or something.
Well, yeah, it is a night that you got to think about that. You've got to start wondering, hey, I brought this up earlier.
Yeah, he's going to take a breather.
Yeah, it might be a good time.
Yeah, no, that's good. After that, you need to take him out.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a nice lead.
He can come back next play if he's okay.
Yeah, you got the nice lead. We had different running backs out there. We had Marcus Sainz out there. Maybe it's a good time to get him back in there.
There's Marcus Sainz coming in right next to the quarterback, Rodney, there. So it's going to be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Ball is over at the 23-yard line in Weslaco territory as they move toward the north. And Garza throws the ball, and it's good to about the 48-yard line. That was a very, very nice pass to Joe Maldonado.
And Joe Maldonado is going to be our possession receiver. I can already tell you.
And that's a J. Gonzalez Law Firm first down. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
Now, Joe's got a nice set of hands, and he's a nice route runner.
I'm going to say it's about a 26-yard pass.
And this was a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he found a spot on this offense, let me tell you.
Oh, I like that. First down and 10. Running play, Sainz. And he is going to get over midfield down to about the 47-yard line. maybe 5. And who knows, as he develops, what is it going to be, a signs of the times?
Yeah, signs of the times.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And look at him run. You know, this is just getting him more prepared for the season. You got a tough game coming up next week, and then you got down to North coming into town, and Fresno's very shortly.
And by the way, that was Caleb Anaya. He's a good player for the visitors.
Yep, he is.
All right, pass play on 2nd down and 4. Garza decides to tuck it down, and he's going to go about a yard or 2 short of that play. And a good job there. Some smart veteran savvy going down. He saw Rafael Garza there, excuse me, roster. He saw your friend Levi there.
Yeah, Levi is one of these guys that you want to have on your team. Good student, good player.
Yeah.
He's one of these guys that is going to get it done for you.
He said, I don't want to run into that guy. I know he's one of the best players on the other team.
Nice move.
What's his last
Rodney.
name again?
Levi Ince.
Ince.
A nice play there by Rodney. He knew that, and he says, hey, you know what, man, we got a long season.
You know what? If you don't want to get hit by him, you got incense.
You're bringing
like
now you're raining these. Wow, man.
So there is signs again, and he is going to go ahead close to a 1st down. We'll see where the mark is. It was 3rd down. Let's see what they do. I see
really close.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see here.
Hey, give it to him. Give it to him. Come on.
Well,
they did.
Yeah, they are. Okay. So what do we have here? Well, we have another 1st down. It's brought to you by J. Gonzalez Law Firm. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
Nice play there by Signs. Again, I can't tell you how important this is. I know you say, well, the score is 28-7. But you know what? As a team, as a coach, you say, hey, let's get some of these young guys a chance to play.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No, this is great for Signs.
Yeah.
What year is he again?
Just a junior.
All right. Here's a pass play. And Garza is going to be thrown for a loss of a few yards. So we're going to have 2nd down and long. And the person, let's see who made the tackle that time. It looks like it was Eddie Garza.
Right, there's a couple of players now. They're also starting to empty out some of these.
Right.
Now, one of the things I'll tell you how good this offense is played, I'll tell you here in a second.
2nd down and 15. Ball back at the 48-yard line. Have to get to about the 34 for the 1st down. Little screen pass, and we'll see how this does. And it's going to be a nice screen pass for the 1st down, and it's Signs, and he is going to go from the 43-yard line almost down to the 23, gain of 20. It's a 1st down, and that's a J. Gonzalez Law Firm 1st down. J. Gonzalez Law Firm, justice for all.
Offensive lineman dream come true. Everybody just down the field blocking, knocking people down. Get out of my way. I mean, excellent screen. This offensive line is really doing a great job.
So 1st and 10 at the 23. Signs has it once again, and he is only going to get a couple, but there is a flag, and it is a Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
A name we haven't heard all night tonight is Matthew Flynn. He's heading out of the game now.
6-4 on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Yeah, Matthew Flynn had 3 sacks coming into the game.
Yeah, 3
but
sacks.
But this offensive line has neutralized.
And you know what? He only has 4 tackles for the season.
Yeah.
What I saw, at least on Max Preps.
Yeah.
He only has 4 tackles coming into this game for the season, but 3 of them are sacks. That's a pretty good percentage for sacks, isn't it?
And he's just been able to get anything going tonight. Again, a sign of how good this offensive line. I got to give credit and really playing him man-to-man up there. You've got different players that you have playing under, but Erasmo has done a great job. Erasmo Garces and some of the other guys that are out there have done a wonderful job tonight.
1st down and 20. Now, Garza's still in there, but could it be, you know, in some situations you might take him out, but it's his first game ever as a starter. You think he just needs some more work, and that's why you keep him in.
You know, again, we mentioned this at the beginning. He has no game.
Yeah. And there's Garza, and wow, I thought he might get it in there between the 2 defenders to his receiver, and I'll tell you what, he did a good job of lofting that ball to Mel Rodriguez, just couldn't quite get it in there. Yeah. It would have had him a perfect throw.
Yeah, and keep in mind,
here it goes.
This is the first game as you see the replay, but look at his arm.
Yeah, he's got the arm strength. Look at the spiral on that. Yeah. And again, 2 defenders were over there. They did a nice job. Rivera, who you talked about a lot, and David Cortez. Those are 2 of the better defensive
safeties.
backs they have.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, I understand why they're keeping him in there. You got to get some work.
There's our buddy Zamora. Look at him.
Yeah.
Zamora having some fun on the sideline with Perez.
He's had a massive game tonight. Massive.
Boys will have fun, right?
All right.
It's not just the girls that like to have fun. Remember the old City
Yes,
song?
yeah. Boys,
Okay.
throw them in there too.
Yeah. Garza with the ball. Not much gain. Let's watch this one. Look at Garza. Fakes the handoff to Signs, and he is going to be tripped up on the initial hit on that play was Rivera.
Yeah,
Rivera.
and that demands so much discipline from your defense when you're going to give it to a back. You've been running all night, and then all of a sudden your back goes without the ball, and you got to tackle your quarterback. And that defense is having a tough time.
All right, the receiver just didn't turn around. Again, one of those miscommunications. And just those happen. It was Mel Rodriguez. We know he's a good receiver. Again, this is what we talked about a few minutes ago. You just said it. You know, there was really no kind of training camp recently or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And so timing is off, and that was a perfect example.
That's exactly what he's
Rodriguez zigged when he should have zagged.
Exactly. That's exactly it. The timing. We keep talking about timing. We said in the beginning earlier about conditioning. All these other things.
Well, the conditioning looks pretty good tonight.
Yeah,
though,
tonight I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I gotta give props to the coaches. I'm sure they've been working on that.
And guys can work out at home or in the gym, I guess, somewhere. Maybe an empty gym, hopefully. But all right, before the snap of whistle, there is a flag. It's a Weslaco Vision Source penalty.
Start. On the
now this time he was faster.
The 5-yard penalty. Beat it down.
Usually it takes 30 seconds to do it or so, but this time he caught me. Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
So you got a fourth down. Do you try? Hey, let's try the play that we want to try when we're down and we need a big play. Do you try it now?
I wouldn't hurt again to try to practice.
I would definitely.
And then maybe they would understand you're not trying to run up the score. There, again, you got to get things going. Yeah, 4th and 23 again. The wideout just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah.
Joe Maldonado.
And a lot of the fans are going to say, hey, come on, punt it away. The defense has been playing good. But keep in mind that this is also right now at this time, the coaches are really working on trying to get those
Which team is
plays
coming
down.
up soon?
Harlingen High comes to town next week.
Yeah.
An undefeated Harlingen High, who was beating Donna North handedly earlier tonight. So, you've got to try these plays that you've got. It depends on where you are, distance, and how.
By the way, Kiss Cam is a whole new experience with masks.
It is. It is. It does. It just intensifies the fact that you figured. I wonder if you feel anything at this point.
Okay. There's a run on first down, and again, it's going to pick up a few yards, but for Weslaco, it keeps the clock running.
In a bunch of cotton.
What's that?
I said you probably end up eating with a mouthful of cotton.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. We're still talking about Kiss Cam.
Yeah, I was still thinking about it.
No, well, that's cool. It's a fun promotion. All right, the pass play is broken up that time. That was a nice job. And let's see. We'll see. Let's give props here to Cesar Gomez, and the intended receiver was Ledesma. Again, same. Are you surprised he's keeping the same quarterback and not going back to Chase?
We go back to the same thing that we said
maybe
earlier.
Maybe one was for the first half, one for the second
maybe
half.
they had a plan. I would say that they might have found something with Cáceres here.
Yeah, maybe you have right. Chase Roberts, quarterback the first half. All right, pass play this time is good. I believe it's Ledesma, and he's going to get over midfield, and he's going to pick up close to a first down. Yeah, will be.
Yeah, so now you're starting to see some of the young players for the Panthers. That was Cesar Gomez, a new player, so we got to introduce him to everybody. Cesar Gomez, number 20. Nice tackle, playing corner, left corner. You got him back there. You got a new player in number 24, Abel Navarro, who's out there as well, a senior defensive back.
Please recognize as many as you can.
Yeah, definitely.
So we are going to have another pass play, and this time the wide receiver cannot get to it, and the defender on that play was Christian Castillo, and the intended receiver was A.J. Flores.
Right.
So it is going to be second down, 10 yards to go.
Looks like the Panthers have brought back their defense, or they're mixing the ones and the twos. They just had a massive change on the defensive line.
Clock at 2:46 remaining here in regulation. That time the pass, did he get it? It went off his fingertips, but he might have recovered it on the way down. That was some good athleticism by Elias Ledesma.
Yeah, Ledesma again has been their go-to guy tonight. Him and John Adam have been out there as well. Quickly, the Hawks come to the line.
Yeah. So it's going to be third down. Just trying to get that first down up the middle. Let's see. On the play, it was Ethan Garza, and he will get the first down.
Ethan is out there now.
Yeah. Isaiah Ramos on the stop. Another pass. This one's going to get down to about the 25-yard line. Mesa.
Yeah, there's a lot of space to be had, a lot of green as this Panther defense kind of plays back in a zone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space. He's got to find that space.
Second down and 1 9-yard gain down to the 27-yard line. Again, 1:47 clock running. And this time, quarterback keeper down to the 23-yard line, and it will be a first down. So they got about 4 yards.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Hey, they got to go quick. They got to go quick. They don't
see the replay.
Yep. Yeah, he's again. If anything else for the Hawks,
are going to be a timeout.
Yeah, they take a timeout. If anything else for the Hawks,
timeout. Harlingen South.
All right, we'll be back right after this. When I come back, I got to do the timeout plug. I was just trying to get out of here quick, so. At some point, I got to try to recognize our staff. I'm going to try to get that in at some point. I don't know how, but I'm going to try. If you're looking for a dependable car audio and alarm company, stop by Extreme Car Audio in Weslaco. Sound systems, car alarms, and LED, I should say, light bars available at Extreme Car Audio, our timeout sponsor. And as the timeout continues, I do want to recognize our staff. We'll try to get him in on the next couple plays. Of course, the K-West staff led by Carlos Robledo. You've heard him on a lot of our tributes to students. Mike Gonzalez, reporter of him on the postgame show. And a young lady who had a birthday this week. Yay! Darlene Gracia, our graphic artist. And again, we'll come back with more of the staff after this play. It's going to be a pass play, and it's going to be tipped up no good. Joe Leal, our audio technician. Mike Palacios, our chief videographer. Now Dan Ramirez, a videographer also. Val Zamora, videographer. Vincent Barry, our wrestling expert, videographer. Okay. And Amadeo Barones, saw him on Facebook today, video camera operator. Adrian De Leon, replay operator. And of course our K-West secretary. And she's the one that makes sure we get all our stats. The most valuable player, Mina Garcia.
Mina, that's always nice to talk to her. So
great staff.
Wow. So La Dama de K-West turns 21?
She's 21?
Wow.
Oh, okay. She's finally legal, right? So,
that's fantastic.
Okay. Let's have a play and let's have a sack, huh? Oh, look at number 8.
Why not?
He says, no. No one's going to go there. And normally you don't want to see a guy doing that. But if a guy who had 123 tackles does it last year, Josh Burkett, maybe that's all right.
Josh has maybe had one breather.
There he is. Look at that.
Timeout. Harlingen South. That's the second of the half.
All right, we have a timeout right now. And again, our timeout is sponsored by Dependable Car Audio and Alarm Company. Stop by Extreme Car Audio in Weslaco. Sound system, car alarms, LED light bars available at Extreme Car Audio. Our timeout sponsor. All right, and you know what? We had a little conference call, like all businesses too, getting ready for this game.
Right.
And Darlene was on the conference call last week, or earlier this week.
Yeah.
And it was her birthday that day, and I wished her happy birthday, and they had like a surprise party for her, and I ruined everything.
Really?
Yeah. So what could I do? What could I do? See, they were keeping it quiet from her all day.
You just got to stay away completely from Scott, like ignore him all week.
Yeah, I just ruined everything. But I didn't want to look like the bad guy though that didn't wish her happy birthday. So the heck with everybody else.
But you were the bad guy who ruined it.
Yeah. So I can't win. That's the story of my life. I can't win no matter what I do. All right. So we are going to have third down and 20. We have a lot of guys out there.
Ball's got jelly on it.
Yeah. And that time the ball is not snapped very well, or at least not caught very well by the quarterback. But to his credit, gets the ball off to the receiver and picks up some yardage on that play to Ernesto Garcia, a junior.
Yep. Again, the Hawks are doing the same. They're starting to give some playing time to some of their young ones, and it's a good idea. You know, get them in the game, have them a feel of what it's like to be under these Friday night lights. It's always a good thing.
So it's going to be 4th down and 13. In just a moment here, we're going to see Harlingen South drop to 1-2 in the league. Weslaco obviously going to be 1-0 in league, their first game of the season. Let's see if some more points can be put on the board. And that looks like it's good for a touchdown. A 28-yarder on that particular play. A nice play going down to Bustamante.
Elliott is going to say, man, I need to start working on jumping higher.
Who's that?
Elliott.
Oh,
Elliott,
yeah.
And you see him in a minute in the replay as we await the but I'm laughing about it because, man, he's trying to time it as well as you can.
All right.
Elian Rodriguez.
All right.
We'll see it in a minute. He's probably going to talk about it, thinking about, oh, man, what could have been.
Kicker's 26.
Right. Let me give him a nod.
Kick is up.
Yep.
It's good.
Joaquin Ovalle. Mom, say hello to Mom for Joaquin Ovalle. Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah, you got to see. Watch Elliott. 23. Look at him. Look, just get up there as high as he could. Just an inch away. Oh. And same thing on the other side, man.
Yeah,
that had INT all over it.
Equal time in both end zones, right?
Yeah. He's going to talk about it forever.
And he's going to probably wish we don't talk about it too much.
It's got to be on video. But, it's one of the things that you learn from. He's such a talented athlete,
Is he a baseball player?
He plays all sorts of sports, they tell us. So,
right.
it's quite a gifted ball player. Again, he was the one that I was telling you about that made all these camps during the summer.
Yeah.
Some of the top players in high school, so he learned quite a bit. He's going to take what he learns tonight. It's always a learning process. But, man, excited to have him back there. He's one of those guys that, let me tell you, it's just a matter of time, but that's going to turn into interceptions because you learn all those things. Nice play by that young man.
Last year, the Panthers were 10-3. 5-1 in district, went to the regional semifinals on a very cold and rainy day in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And the one thing I remember from that day, I tell everybody that the second game of the day when Weslaco East lost to Westlake, that's where Drew Brees went to high school.
Yeah.
Since I go to New Orleans a lot and cover the Saints.
Never forget it. The temperature completely changed. It was still cool, but no more fog.
And that's the old, that's the old stadium that back in the 80s, the San Antonio Gunslingers of the old USFL used to play in.
As we get an onside kick. No watermelon kick, huh?
No. Yeah.
No watermelon.
That was a classic from earlier this year in the NFL.
Yeah.
So we are winding things down, literally. 16 seconds left. And all the Panther fans tonight at Bobby Lackey Stadium will go home happy.
So this, when the final score comes out and people see this number, they're going to say, wow, hey, that was a decent game. But really, let's be honest, the last, those 14 points came very late already. And they were just missed jumps, both of them. Or at this point, they were just inches away from being intercepted by the same player.
On the kicking team.
Yeah, go ahead and decline that and take a knee. That's what you want to do there.
Weslaco Vision Source penalty brought to you by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Visit Weslaco Vision Source for all your eye care needs.
Well, I have to say before we get going here, has been an impressive, aggressive night for the Panthers, offensively and defensively. I was just really amazed at the fact that we don't use the word rust, not much tonight.
Ask Coach Stroman when you talk to him this week. If
sure
they
will.
beat Harlingen, will he ever come back to the field? He may just keep doing it from his home.
Is he got to let Coach Vento do everything now?
Coaches are superstitious sometimes.
You never know. You never know.
All right. Time is running down. And now we are going to declare a winner. How do you like that?
Yeah.
That's appropriate for this week, probably.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about if you follow politics. All right, Weslaco, they have defeated Harlingen South, the Hawks, Weslaco Panthers, 28-14 here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. A couple comments, maybe a couple highlights of things you saw tonight, touchdown-wise, you'd like to mention before we go football.
The offense looks good. The players have changed, the names have changed, but the plays and the offense and the defense, you've got to give some props to this defense. They held them really to no points here till the last last quarter, basically. So something to build on, some penalties, some things the coaches will talk about, but overall a good showing, nice dominating win by the Panthers.
And a 78-yard touchdown run by Jesse Hernandez.
Right.
I won't
That's
forget
a
about
big
that
one.
tonight.
That's a
I'll
big
remember
one.
that one all year. Okay, once again, Panthers, they are winning their opener of the season, district-wise and overall-wise, 28-14. Hawks drop now to 1-2. Again, football, Fred, I'm Scott Harris and the whole K-West crew. We're here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. We'll be back next Friday, 7 o'clock, when they play Harlingen. Coming up, we'll have Carlos Robledo and also Mike Gonzalez with the post-game show. Everybody, thank you for viewing this tonight, and stay safe. This has been a K-West production.
It is week 1 of high school football for the Weslaco Panthers. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez, and it is a victory for the Panthers as they win tonight by a final score of 28-14 in this football game. Let's go to the highlights in this one because the Weslaco Panthers got off to a fast start. First drive of the game, and they give the ball to Jesse Hernandez, the senior. Takes this one, sneaks it in for the score, and it's 7-0 Weslaco. Rodney Garza, senior quarterback, he is back playing on the offensive side of the ball. Keeps it this time, and the Weslaco Panthers rolling early on, 14-0. They'll add another score here in the second quarter. This time they'll pass the ball. A little screen right here, get some blocking for the big boys up front, and Jesse does the work. Another touchdown for him, and he wasn't done. It was 21-0 Weslaco dominating at the half. Then in the third quarter, look out, here he goes. Jesse from the other side of the field has some wheels, a breakaway runner all the way to the end zone. 28-0 Weslaco at that point. And then a score here. This time it was for Harlingen South. Elias Ledesma with the catch there, and the Weslaco Panthers win it by a final score of 28-14. It's been a long time waiting, Mike Gonzalez, but the Weslaco Panthers on the field. Not a lot of practice because of COVID-19 and everything that we're going through, but they look good tonight. Not a lot of rust.
Yeah, considering everything they've been through this fall, Carlos, I thought the team did an outstanding job. I think they played well in all phases of the game. And, yes, I know there were a lot of penalties. And I know they're going to correct that as well. But, I thought the offense did a sensational job there considering they lost some key players there. Ronnie Garza at quarterback, Jesse Hernandez. The offensive line, give them a lot of credit for opening those holes. The receivers did a great job catching. And then the defense, for the most part, shut out the Hawks. I mean, the Hawks, I know, are a little young this year, but the defense came with some big plays with some sacks, some pressures, some open field tackles. Coverage was very solid tonight.
Yeah, similar to what happened last year. They jump out to an early start, but this time the Hawks did not come back. With us on the defensive side of the ball, senior linebacker Josh Burgett. And Josh, congratulations. How does it feel to get back on the field? You even had a sack tonight.
It feels great to be back here with my teammates, doing what we do. It's just good to be back.
Hey, Josh, I mean, I know it's been a long time coming for you guys. I mean, considering you only had a few weeks in the summer, and then you started in the fall, but then you had to take some time off, and then you came back early this week. So just what was it like this week during practice? I'm sure you guys were very anxious to get out in the field.
We came back. We were ready. We did things good. We did things fast. Practice was good. Like we never missed practice. Those 2 weeks were like we never missed them.
I know that they're expecting big things from you. You're a senior. You played, I think you started off on the offensive side of the ball last year at tight end. I think you played defense. You started to really come around. And this year, they're going to be counting on you. How did it feel to get a sack in this game? I know that you were all over the place making tackles, but you got a sack tonight.
It feels great to get a sack. Those don't come easy, It's good to get one.
Hey, how about a shout out to Coach Vento, who had to take over tonight. He did a great job. You guys didn't miss a beat.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Josh Burgett. Appreciate that. And the defense played well tonight, Mike. Early on, it was a 28-0. They got a couple of scores. I know they were looking for a shutout tonight, but Harlingen was able to sneak a couple in. And speaking of Coach Vento, he had to step up tonight. Coach Stroman is on COVID-19 protocol, so he couldn't be on the sidelines tonight. So we have the assistant coach, the dean of the coaches, Coach Vento. Don Vento, how does it feel tonight? How did the team do?
Well, anytime you win, it's a great feeling. First and foremost, we want to thank Coach Stroman for giving us the opportunity. He's really the mentor in all of this, and of course he's at home watching. But Coach, this was a great opportunity. I told the kids, he's probably pulling his hair out, man, because he would love to be here. The first opener, the first opportunity we've had all year. I think Josh said it best. We didn't really miss a beat because we've been working them out online, virtual, and making sure that they run and condition them. And I think it showed a little bit. Maybe we should have did a little more. We were a little hesitant in the second half, but overall, we're real proud of their performance.
I got to ask you, Coach, you've done this for a very long time. Is this the first time that you've been, quote unquote, the head coach or the interim head coach, whatever title, whatever title's given to you, you were the leader tonight?
Here in Weslaco, yes. I was a head coach before I got here, and so I've had a little experience. I think that's what kind of kept Coach Stroman at ease and say, hey, man, you've done this before, so, just go out there and do what you do. And, we have a saying. It's always, whether it's players or coaches, it's the next man up. And, I just am fortunate to be the first assistant. So it falls on me, or it fell on me to do what he has done and try not to mess it up. And that's really the pressure coming in here is trying to keep this program rolling. And we proved it tonight. We're real proud of the kids tonight.
Yeah, you had to think there was maybe a little bit of pressure tonight because the preparation wasn't there like it usually is, not only for you but for the opposing team as well. You're on the defensive line. That's where you get most of your work in, is on the defensive side of the ball. I know y'all wanted to get that shutout tonight. Were you surprised at how well they played? The tackling was good. Usually that's kind of hard to do when you don't have a lot of practice going into a game.
Yeah, well, obviously, our box played well. You interviewed Josh. Josh did an outstanding job. Our linebackers did great. Our D-line did a really good job. Our secondary held their own. I don't know. I always tell people, when you're on the line, you can get away with stuff. When you're a linebacker, you can get away with stuff. But when you're in secondary and you come up a little short on your assignment, everybody sees it. If you go back and look at the film, they were there. They just kind of cut it a little short. The ball was thrown perfect. They have athletes also, and they got theirs. But we couldn't be more proud. I thought our defense played well. They played well enough to win, and that's really all that matters.
Being that the season was cut so short, you guys only have 4 games and then hopefully a district championship seeding game at the end. There's little room for error. You guys got to win every game. Is that something that you talk to the players about?
Well, absolutely. We know what's ahead, and because of all of this COVID-19, and we had to zone the district and so forth. So we know that in order to get into the next level in the playoffs, we have to either win out to be the champions or be the top 2 team in order to advance to the playoffs. So there's a lot of transparency in this program. We tell the kids this is exactly what we have to do to get to the next level. And like I tell them, Weslaco, we have a lot of pride, we have a lot of talent, and now it's we don't lose at home, and now it's your job to continue that tradition, and I thought they did a good job tonight in doing that.
All right, Coach, I know Coach Sherman was watching at home. Were you getting any texts? Was your phone just buzzing? Was there any...
That man's always on his phone, and tonight was no exception. Of course, he was coaching. He was coaching. That's in his blood, and this is his program. And he said, hey, good luck. I know you can do a good job, but stay on your phone. And I was. People were probably saying, what's he doing on his phone? Well, he was in my ear, and he's a big part of this, and big credit to him.
Well, it wasn't Facebook Live, that's for sure.
But we're extremely proud.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. And you know what? If you ever need another job, you could always be a voiceover, because you have a great voice. I don't know if everybody told you that. Maybe we could do some voiceovers for KWIS one of these days, guys. We got someone here that we can put in our bullpen.
According to Coach Stroman, he's not going to let me retire, so it'll be a while.
All right.
I don't blame him.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Domingo Vento, assistant head coach, took the reins tonight. Got Rodney Garza, the quarterback of the team. Rodney, a senior, you played a lot of defense last year. How did it feel to play offense? I know all through, your upcoming as a kid in junior high and JV and freshman, you were a quarterback. Played a lot of defense last year. How did it feel to be the man throwing the football around and handling it tonight?
It felt good. We've been waiting for this whole year, this whole 4 years. I was mostly on offense, and of course last year they put me on defense because it's next man up. Wherever they needed me, I had to go. And this year it was my turn to step up, and the offense really helped me a lot because they were experienced at offense of what they do, and they just help me fit in right.
Ronnie, your experience last year playing defense, you came up with some big plays, but just going through that experience, do you feel like it's helped you as the quarterback now at the varsity level?
For sure, yeah, it helped me a lot because I know it helps me read the coverages because I know what they're about to run because I ran it before, and it just really helped me feel on the offense.
Y'all didn't look like there's a lot of rust. I know there's a lot of things that maybe we don't pick up on or the regular fans don't pick up on, but y'all really look good tonight. And it's probably a lot has to do with that experienced offensive line you have, a good running back in Jesse Hernandez as well. But you just get great teamwork tonight by everybody.
Yeah, like Coach Showman said, we run through the linemen, and those big boys, they stepped up. Especially we had one come down and one stepped up, and he showed out tonight. And I just want to shout them out because they did amazing today.
But you guys scored in the first 2 possessions of the game, and you scored 28 points overall. I mean, are you surprised that you guys scored that many points, or did you think you were going to score this many points?
Of course, coming in, you got to feel confident if you're going to score every single drive you get. And we had a plan set. We had 10 plays ready to go, and we executed them perfectly, and we ended up scoring at the end of them.
All right, congratulations, Rodney. Guys, I know it feels good to be back on the field and playing football once again. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's talk to Jesse Hernandez now. Got a bunch of seniors here tonight because this is a senior-loaded team for your Weslaco Panthers, and he's getting the rock a lot this year. Last year he had to play behind Kanab, but he was pretty electrifying as well. How did it feel, Jesse? How many touchdowns? I lost count. 4 touchdowns tonight?
Nah, I had 3.
3 touchdowns.
Nah, yeah, I had 3.
Talk to me a little bit about what was working for you tonight.
What was working for me actually was the offensive line because without them, I wouldn't have gotten 3 touchdowns, and without them, Ronnie wouldn't have thrown another touchdown. So, real fortunate for having them and also having a good defense to pick it back on in case we're not doing so well.
Jesse, I know last year you nursed a growing injury, and which nagged you throughout the season. So just how good does it feel to be back 100% healthy?
It feels super well because during the off season I've been working my butt off, and I can vouch for my teammates because they've been doing the same thing. And you can see on the scoreboard that we came hungry.
What's it like with your computer open or your phone or whatever it is, working out with your shoulder pads and your helmet on in your bedroom or your garage? What's that like? Because I heard that's what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're doing that. It was definitely not the same because you don't have coaches to push you or teammates to look over you or spot you. You're just basically on your own, and you could get away with certain things, and it's kind of not the right way to do it, but it was just something to do instead of not doing anything.
And Jesse, just talked about the schedule. Every game is very important. All 4 games. You got 1 down, 3 to go. What did the coaches talk to you about? I mean, as far as taking it 1 game at a time, talking about winning every game. I mean, just because there's little room for error. You got to win every game to make the playoffs.
Yeah, since the schedule was modified and we got a shorter schedule, we got to make the most out of our opportunities, and we gotta come back hungry. We gotta make the most, basically.
All right, Jesse, we'll go ahead and let you go. Relax, enjoy it for a little bit, but the next week it's Harlingen.
Oh, also
that'll be a big game.
Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to Coach Stroman and the coaches for being able to have a season. And I'd like to thank Jesus Christ for looking over us and having an injury-free game.
Amen, brother.
Thank you. Amen.
Thank you very much, Jesse. Jesse Hernandez, 3 touchdowns tonight. Kind of lost count with him because very, very successful. And you talked a lot about, having to pick up the slack. There was no Jacob Cavazos, there was no Jaden Cavazos, no Kanab. You kind of had a 3-headed monster last year. But these guys really look like they're a pretty good football team.
Well, yeah, Carlos. I mean, it's normal for someone to question or ask, geez, are they going to miss a beat? Are they going to miss a step? Especially when you lose talents like Jacob Cavazos and a Payne Kanab, a Jaden Cavazos. I mean, those 3 guys were the key to the offense for 3 years. But luckily, the Panthers have guys like Ronnie Garza and Jesse Hernandez with an experienced offensive line that they were waiting for their moment. They were hungry to get on the field and prove themselves to get that chance to showcase their talents. And I mean, if in this first game they looked really sharp, Carlos. I mean, considering who they've had to take to replace, they looked really, really good. I mean, I really like the way they looked out there, and Coach Stroman has to feel really good.
All right, so we're just getting started. It is the first game of the season for the Weslaco Panthers. Next week, it'll be game 2 for them. It'll be against the Harlingen Cardinals right here at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. So it should be an exciting week leading up to that game right here against the Cardinals. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Robledo. We'll see you next time here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Good night, everybody.